Hi, fancy meeting you here in this little old place. I'm Tish, and this is Echo Echo. Wait, I am so tired. It is ridiculous. Is it AAB? I think it is. I'm not going to say that again, okay? Everybody knows I am trying to get 1,000 followers, right? Or subscribers. Look, TikTok, what the heck is up with TikTok? I have some amazing numbers on TikTok, and I don't even have more than I had 200 followers. Picked up a bunch in the last week because of the rural freedom movement, but I don't know how. I'm not doing anything, I swear. It is silly. Anyway, um, the goal is to get 1,000 subscribers because then my advocacy work can really, like get out there. And I think it's out there, but I think that monetization really does sort of, I don't know, it steps it up that notch, you know? Um, And if I have to use Jessie Lee Ward for some clout, for some subs, I'll take it. Okay, I'll take it. I am going to react to two Jessie Lees, maybe this week, definitely now, and another one. Surprise! Because, yeah, I can highly recommend Savannah's live stream, which was Jessie Lee's recruitment training. I reckon the face was about the training. The video top notch. And Erin pops on. It's very interesting. The other one that was really good, DC and Erin's video on Octavia. So good. I was like rolling. It was so funny. But not just that, like it was just like I'm gonna be, it might sound like it's a bit like, oh, you're just trying to suck up to it. No, I genuinely have a lot of professional respect for them. Their reaction, the commentary, and the way that they bring it back to advocacy, I love it. I love it. Anyway, let's get into the video. So this is Jessie Lee being, I think maybe this sort of, it's a big call, but I'm going to say it's kind of the slimiest, if you know what I mean. So Erin has done a video on this. Julie Joe has done a video on this, hers. Oh my God, so good. So also watch Julie Joe's Jessie Lee video. Like, speechless. It was so good. Yeah, so she went on the Dream podcast. Now, no one really knew what was happening because Erin sort of had known because had been interviewed for the Dream podcast, and that is hosted by Jane Marie, a journalist. And I got a new tattoo, by the way. I'm trying to just sort of like not reveal it yet because I'm going to reveal it tomorrow during Boss Babe Bingo. Although this video might not be out tomorrow, who knows? Yeah. So very esteemed journalist, award-winning, etc., etc. Has a podcast, millions of downloads, etc. Anti-mlm. Now, you've got the world's #1 network marketer, right? She's on an anti-mlm podcast, and guess what? Jessie Lee didn't know. She did not know, which is why you should always do your research. Anyway, if you'd like to like and subscribe, that'd be great. I'm going to be straightening my hair and then a project for the goth bedroom. Let's do it. Sorry if my introduction was really long. I'm not that sort of tattoo. I like talking. My poor tattoo was another tangent. She used to go. I never. She wasn't in my classes, but she was at school there where I was teaching, and she's good friends with Sam, who's the drag queen that I know. And he was an ex-student. He was my student. But we're good buddies now. All right, let's go. This is going to make me angry, isn't it?
Not calling us back is probably like really good
The
news.
no news is good news. Exactly.
Good news in this world.
So that's great. That's great. So yeah, we're going to talk about coaching and a little bit about MLMs and stuff today. But I just wanted to let you know before we get started here that if there's a question you don't want to answer or don't have an answer to or don't know what I'm talking about, we can just move right on.
Okay.
Yeah. If I get to any corner of this,
I'm pretty open, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah. Thank you though.
So I think maybe you've been briefed a little bit about our show, but we did like a very deep dive into MLMs one season, a deep dive into
Deep dive. into MLMs, anti-MLM. Also, can I just say, please don't be mad at me when I tell you this. I haven't listened to the podcast. I promise I'll do it now, okay? Because she followed me on TikTok. I'm like, I haven't even heard her podcast. She is, honestly, the professionalism in this, she's amazing. Jessie Lee could never do this.
Wellness one season, kind of looking at things from all sides, somewhat regulatory, and then some experiential first-person stuff. Like this season, we're talking about coaching, so I got a coach, and it's been going great.
Everybody should have a coach, but I guess we'll probably talk about that.
This is what I hear. Yes. This is what I hear.
I don't need a coach. Sorry.
I live in LA. I'm not there right now, but yeah, everyone is a coach in LA, so it's very easy to find one. So can you just tell me, as we get started, give me your name and a little about yourself and what you're doing these days?
Sure. So I'm Jessie Lee Ward. Some people know me as Boss Lee, or the people's mentor, but at any rate.
I don't know if anyone said this in a while, but I don't think anyone knows her as the fucking people's mentor. Which people? Who are they? Who are these people? It's just the name of your podcast. Also, what'd she say? Yeah, we do know her as Boss Lee.
So I do a lot of things, sure, but I am the #1 network marketer in the world. I also have an education company where I do coach entrepreneurs how to build.
That's not well, technically it is, but you're not a teacher. You talk about yourself. That's what you do. She is at the top of the DSA, Direct Sales Association ranking, but she went from 800 to 1, like overnight. And, I mean, it says that they're verified earnings, but they're submitted from, like, the people themselves. Only seemed to happen quite recently once she had her diagnosis. Could be a coincidence, could not be. Something to think about.
Scale their businesses. And
I did not know what scale businesses meant because I was like, that sounds like a nonsense term. I was kind of being a bit of a smartass, and so on Julie Jo's video, I'm like, what does it mean to scale business? Because it sounds like one of those airy fairy MLM things. Like, what's your daily method of operation? Apparently, I can't even remember what it was, but apparently it is a thing.
I'm a dog mom, most importantly. Okay. But I'm just a serial entrepreneur.
No, not really. Serial scammer. But entrepreneurs create things, usually, and invest in things. She had a few businesses, but I had her talking about being a dog mum the other day, and it struck me as like contradictory to what she said here. So I cannot recall what it was though. Maybe it was on the video that Savannah did. But I remember thinking to myself, thinking back to this interview, and that there was something inauthentic about it when she said she was a dog mum.
And I guess that's the easiest way to say it, and then I'll let you take the conversation wherever you'd like to.
Yeah. So what does #1 network marketer in the world mean, or how do you measure that?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, that I know of, at least reported, I am the highest earner in network marketing, which is how some people would say is most important. I actually don't think that's the most important metric to measure.
So why'd you mention it first? Also, that's absolutely what it is. Let's have a look. Oh, sorry, it's business from home. It's not the only one that does this, though. See? Look. Oh, you can't see it. Still can't see it. She gets $1 million a month. I ain't buying that. I don't have to, I suppose, but, it is what it is. But those are all money. That's money right there. And, like, I'm sure she does not care about money anymore. No. That's wrong because I think that she's about to lose a lot of money because she's lost significant legs in her downline.
Like that, I think it's more important to pay attention to the influence that somebody has. So I'm on all of the biggest stages and have been now for 6 years straight. So I have a lot of influence over the actual profession.
The puppies are not nearby. I'm going to have to call them over to get a bit of a puppy break. Influence over the profession. What would I like to say there? I think there's a level of fuck. We have to be. If I have an issue with Jessie Lee, it's just going to be a fucking headache. So I'm just going to suck it up and pretend I like her and then just walk away and forget about it, right? Like I said, go watch Savannah's latest live. Jessie, that's a bit sad, really, but she thinks she's really like just the best person ever. Like she thinks she's really entertaining and witty and smart and just like bubbly, just the greatest person alive. She honestly does. Her ego, phenomenal. So it's God. What was I saying? Like that's like how other people. So she thinks that other people doesn't matter. They should like her because she's amazing. Great for the confidence, but um, it doesn't translate to meaningful relationships, if you know what I mean. Like she'll often say, you don't leave where you're loved. Okay. How many people just left you down on? And, like look at Sydney. I saw Sydney last week in a video. Haven't seen Sydney since she got married. And who officiated the wedding? And Sydney even shit on her. The most important part of Sydney's life was officiated by her cult leader. It's so crazy, but hopefully Sydney can see the error of her ways because she said, I took a year off. Well, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? How can you take a year off? Oh, because you have a downline that you're exploiting. That's shitty, in my opinion. But she's back, and guess what? She's doing MLMs her own way. And she said something along the lines of, like, I am not the top network marketer in the whole world. No, and that was a stab at Jessie Lee. I went, oh, so that's anti-mlm on TikTok and Instagram. It's actually auntie. That's how I pronounce it. We know we're Australian. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah. So Sydney stepping away. Mateo, Sasha France, Mateo. Where you been, boys? It's been a while since I've seen you on Jessie Lee's feed there. Anyway, she's not likable, is what I'm saying. I think. Where was I going with that? Her influence. There you go. We made it. We made it back to the point. I think that she would be polarizing. You either love her or you fucking hate her. Although no, there is indifference to her as well. No, that's the opposite to love. Indifference is the opposite to love because you don't. She doesn't even factor into your thoughts. And I felt that the whole time with her cancer journey. Will my life be affected if she passes away from her cancer? No, not at all. Would I be sad for her dogs? Yes. That's it. I know that she would have them looked after though, so it wouldn't worry me for too long. I'm sure that they've got the dog walkers who walk them all the time. Like they'll have good homes. So it's like indifference, aka the grey rock, which is used when you deal with narcissists. Why did I sing that? Sorry.
Myself, I'm also involved in the DSN, which no other reps in the entire world are actually involved in. So this is only for CEOs. And they bring me in to teach and train and coach and have some impact as well from the CEO side, so on the corporate side. And then, and I guess I'm just kind of really well known. So that could also just be where that comes from. But I'm sort of the face of the profession. So I think that's where that comes from.
I'm going to react to the live that Savannah did. She was talking about how you're professional, how to recruit and be professional online. This is the person who has been live streaming her coffee enemas.
Where did you get, like, have you always been like this? Like, did you want to be president growing up or anything like that? I find that a lot of people who, who make it big in some field have just been born that way.
I never wanted to be president. I wanted to be a doctor for a little bit, and then I wanted to be a geologist a lot. I think that's my antisocial introvert showing. I liked rocks more than people. No, I'm kidding. I love people now, but well, I'm selective with my people, right? I wasn't selective about my rocks. No, no. I was always different. I would say that's a given. I was different. I was somebody who liked to control more things than maybe other people did. I also liked to push the status quo a lot, and I knew that I was just somebody who was I could pace myself differently. I was definitely a self-starter, always was.
What the fuck does that mean? You could pace yourself for what? What does I'm just thinking about it, like, growing up, because that's kind of what she's saying. What were you pacing yourself for at the age of 10, just as a random age? Self-starter. It's kind of weird. Hmm. I like that she said, like, she pushes the status quo. You're a capitalist. Absolutely a capitalist. It's pretty mainstream, to be honest.
Entrepreneurial thing about me. Leadership came, I think.
Entrepreneurship. Sure.
Thrust into leadership more than, oh, I was a born leader. I don't think I can agree with that so much, but.
Thrust into the leadership position. No, I'm sure that was calculated. 100%.
But life circumstances certainly put me in that arena. Forever grateful for it. And then here I am, vice president of my network marketing company. Almost president of the world. No, I'm kidding.
You are not the vice president of your company. You're the president of oh, look, she's the VP of fucking something like team training and team development or something like that. It's so stupid. Like I said, this has been maybe one of the stupidest things that she's ever said because it's so easily proven that it's wrong. But again, as I've said, cult leaders like to do that where they present you with something that is impossible, and it's a test to see if you are truly loyal to your leader who just told you she's the VP. Well, you're not going to say that she's not the VP because you believe her. That's her. She's your leader. So that's how that coercive control happens. Yep. President of the world. I'm just almost going into fight or flight thinking about that. Oh, God.
Can you tell me how you got thrust in that other career? Like, what was I mean, anecdotes are always the best, but if there's like a day or a moment where it was like, oh, now you have to get on stage. Now you're a rep representing more than just your business.
Sure.
Maybe that day is like when you started coaching or something.
Yeah. So my first time being on stage was actually, my first time being on stage, it really was a thrust into kind of thing. It was one of these things where the CEO of a company said, what are you doing? Why is your business growing so fast? I want you to speak at this, regional event. And I was like, speak at a regional event? I don't know how to speak at a regional event. But luckily I had.
You do have to do speeches as an MLM distributor, but it's always got to be so big with her. Yeah, the very first time I spoke on a stage, it was because our CEO saw me and wanted to know what I was like. Sure, I just don't believe her. She's a proven liar. Like, she just lied about being the VP. I don't believe it. I'm sure she had a speech, and then she's like, I don't know how to do a speech, and she's about to contradict that right now.
In the college I went to, you had to take public speaking as a semester. Everybody had to. And most people had panic attacks when they had to do public speaking 101. And I rather liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked the idea of writing speeches and, the voice inflections and adding the humor and watching the audience pay attention instead of boring them and like feeding off their energy and all of this. I think empathic people can be really, really good at public speaking. So I think
She did not. Just say that she's an empathic person. I don't think she understands what that word means, to be honest. She annihilates language. And maybe that's why I dislike her. Like, I don't like her. I think she's not a very good person. I don't like what I see of her on social media. She puts a lot on social media. And guess what? I'm allowed to talk about it because it's on social, I can talk about whatever I want, really, as long as it's not hate speech. And I think that's it. Hate speech and animal cruelty. Like, um, hmm. Oh, boy. I am very tired. I am very annoyed. I filmed this video and finished it the other day, but the sound effed up. I'm very annoyed. I just want to get this done because I think it's important. I'll try to see if I can include the footage of hitting 1,000 because that was really cool because I was in the middle of filming this video when it happened and I would like to celebrate that. Guess what happened today? DC is so sneaky in the best way. While she was live and I was asleep, she rallied her audience to get me to 1K, and we got there. Like, seriously, how? The goal, I thought it was a realistic goal to hit it in August. But to hit it now, I'm very excited. It's today, the 24th. Yeah, so that's just awesome. I'm so excited, and I've put in my application to become a partner. And I feel really slack this week because I have no content going out at the moment because I've been working on this fucking video. Thank goodness I did a live on Sunday with a countdown. Yeah. Especially the week that I freaking get 1,000 subs and I don't release anything. Anyway, we've gotten to this part where Jessie Lee says she's empathetic. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And she's saying she liked talking about like, oh, I love improving my skills as an orator. She would say that. She would not say the word orator. Anyway, because I just know another person who was a really, 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 really loved making speeches and actually trained to do it. They actually employed somebody in the theatre to sort of make it, like have that appealing of the whole crowd and how to do it, especially on a big scale because it was a while ago. So, there's no big jumbotrons. You can't see everything. And oh, my tattoo's looking nice. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I got it. This is out of order. I think I started the video without a tattoo here. Yeah, so this person studied power posing and how to reach everybody in the audience, and that's something I teach as well in as a drama teacher because you have to act to the back row. That's like a theatre saying, you can't do things small on stage because everybody needs to be able to see you. That's the big difference between live theatre and movies. I actually sort of have dabbled in making movies. I've just done about everything you can in the arts. And I hate making movies. I hate it. It's repetitious. It's boring. I don't like it. Live theatre, love. Like, so I used to have a youth theatre company called Conspire Isis because I love Isis the goddess. And conspire means to breathe together. And that's what I feel like we do when we're an audience and people on the stage. Yeah. And you know what? I had this company called Sky Rises from around about 2011, for around about 6 or 7 years. I am about 100% sure, 95, that there was an FBI agent or a CIA agent, I don't know who deals with terrorism, who had to look at my website because of the words conspire and ISIS being together. What is this? This is a confused CIA agent. Anyway, the person I was talking about before who really did work on the oratory skills was Adolf Hitler. Did you get it? Did you guess? Wasn't an accidental comparison. Anyway, let's keep going.
I think empathic people can be really, really good at public speaking. So at any rate,
I think sociopaths and psychopaths make pretty good public speakers as well. Narcissists, yep, good public speakers. Anyone with a mentality of being superior, good public speaker. I'd say that an empath might not make such a good public speaker because I think that in a public speaking situation, there's too much emotion because there's so many people. You know what I mean? She's not an empath. I know that. Okay.
I just got thrown into it. She's like, I want to know how you're recruiting all these people. I thought, oh my gosh, I have no idea what to say. She said, just teach people what you're doing. I said, okay.
And what is that? What was it? What was your techniques? Because she didn't talk about anything specific here.
And I stumbled over it. I still remember it though. It was in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. I still remember what I wore and everything. So that's how I'm like, yeah, that was the first time for sure.
Oh, was it? You're telling the fucking story like she can. I'm a little bit salty, okay, guys. Disclaimer. Because this is like the third time I'm trying to record this, I'm salty, okay? And also, I've also watched a couple of Jessie Lee's videos since this one. And she is as vindictive as ever. I'll talk about it later. But one thing that liars do, okay, they give you too much detail. This comes from years of watching true crime and years of being a teacher. They'll give you too much detail on specific things, but it's not consistent because there's people who, who have photographic memories who can remember everything. The thing she does though is she keeps notes on everything. She's got screenshots of everything she says, Yeah, and the other thing I thought about this, her first speech was in North Carolina. Now, I'm pretty sure that she did Pure Romance. Oh, it was Slumber Parties first, sorry. Slumber Parties and then Pure Romance when she was still in Maryland, because she's from Baltimore, I think. Well, she's from Maryland, but North Carolina, that's far away from Maryland, isn't it? So it's weird that that was her first speaking engagement. You would have thought it was more, because she even said, like, I have to do a speech at a regional event. It's like, I don't know what a regional event is. Anyway, anytime she says something like, what are you doing? How are you recruiting? Like everybody else is. She's never had an original thought in her mind. That's how she's recruiting. She's just the fucking loudest.
And then I liked it. And then I became a corporate trainer. And I got to kind of travel the...
When? When did you become a corporate trainer? Where? Because training your own team doesn't count. Okay? And you traveled the world as a ketone salesperson and leader of your cult, yeah, but not training corporate teams. Your skills don't actually translate to any other business, really.
The world doing that. Not the world, what am I talking about? I got to travel Tennessee and Ohio and Indiana doing...
Good. She corrected herself.
doing that, just around, like in small town USA, basically. And
you know what I like? Jessie Lee, at this point in time, she has no clue that this is anti-mlm. Now, listen. I'm halfway through episode 3 of The Dream. Okay, I've been listening. It's very curious. I wonder, because as soon as I heard Jane Marie talk about Limelight by Alcone, I thought of Brooke Banks immediately. And I'm like, I wonder if their business was affected by the Dream podcast. Anyway, let's keep going.
And every time I was asked to speak in a corporate setting, I just really enjoyed doing it. And then it became, I started getting asked from big companies that weren't even in the network marketing space, hey, would you come speak for my company?
Which ones? Have you got a specific example? Because I'd like to hear it, because I haven't heard any other companies other than this one. I have to tell you one thing, right, about the recording that we've already had. Some really good pause stories. So hopefully we get some classic pauses, everybody. Send me good vibes for the pause game. I need to get something that is not in my immediate reach. So I'm going to get up and then I'm going to sit back down. But I'm going to press play.
Company, hey, I heard you really have incredible sales in your business. Would you speak for my team? Hey, I hear that you are an incredible recruiter. Hi, I heard that you can scale businesses. Hey, I heard you're the social media girl who's unbelievable. Can you teach my company how to grow social media? Hey, I own a real estate agency or whatever those things are called, right? I own a real estate agency. Will you come please speak?
Social media. Tubby time, sitting in a bathtub in a full hoodie, yeah? Or at the moment, social media, shoving a tube up your ass, flushing it with coffee, like it's a normal thing to do. Keep going. I just want to. She's so hard to let her go because I just want to stop every second to counterpoint, because she is just. She'll contradict herself in her own sentence, in one sentence,
My people, they don't know how to brand themselves. And I just kept saying yes, and people would pay and pay and pay and pay and pay. And I started realizing, whoa, I'm really good at this, and people get a lot of results doing this. And people ask me constantly, will you coach me? Will you coach me? Will you coach me? And I said, gee, am I a coach? Good Lord. But it became a
Guess what? Guess what's a synonym for coach? Leader. Yeah. You have been you coached your team. Okay, you have a team. Prove it. You had a team at Modere. You had a team at slumber parties. You coached them. Okay, you fucking know what you're doing. This is just stupid. Like, oh, I'm so humble. We know. We fucking know.
tried some one-on-one coaching for a while. The one-on-one coaching just couldn't scale. And then I realized, gosh, I actually have a really good passion for this. And I'm not trying to recruit everybody into my MLM like a lot of these network marketers are. It's like everyone they see, they're headhunting. I've never been that person. And I said, hey, if I can serve.
That's wrong. Okay. All right, just wait a second. I have to make this higher because I'm gonna. Yeah, you do try to recruit. You told Erin that when you stayed at her house that there's a funnel. Your training is a funnel. That's it. So that was a lie.
People and teach them and train them and show them how to build their business to make 6 or 7 figures a year and grow that. Then that's what I want to do. And so that is the really short synopsis, birth into the Bossly Accelerator. But that's why I've done that, and I love it. It's really turned into a huge passion project. I'm kind of obsessed with it. So yeah.
Are you expensive?
I don't think so. I actually know I'm underpriced. I'm pretty underpriced. I'm really underpriced according to my coach. So I should raise my prices. That's a good reminder.
I'm the person always telling people to raise their prices. When I found out what my coach was charging me, I was like, that's not enough. Like $85 an hour or something. I was like, that's ridiculous. What? And I understand I'm hurting myself here by telling you you're not charging enough. But,
no, I actually appreciate you even saying that. Like, I love this conversation. This is
Yeah, for now you love it. Also, I like that. She's really. This is something Jessie would love to hear. I deserve more. Somebody told me I should charge more. I wonder if she's gonna. I wonder if she's going to charge more, but not credit Jane Marie for giving her that idea. Interesting.
important conversation for people to hear. So it's like I really truly believe that you get what you pay for. And it's stupid. It's almost stupid what I'm about to say. I know that I pay my coach $30,000 an hour.
wow.
Okay.
What? $30,000 an hour. What the fuck? No one is worth that time. No one. No single person on earth. Not a single fucking person on earth is worth $30,000. You are getting ripped off. Ed! Said Milet. Ed! This is someone you love. He said on your podcast, you're going to love her. 30,000 fucking dollars. I don't believe it. I honestly don't. Show us the receipts because you want to show the receipts by everything else.
So I know. But let me tell you about the results I get from having this guy coach me, okay? It's ridiculous. It's like I'm able to tap into the network, I'm able to tap into his brain, I'm able to tap into his expertise. He's built things that I've wanted to build, and he helps me, guides me. It's a time machine. You know how much time you have on this earth. So while you're doing battling around wasting your time trying to figure everything out, when you're staring at somebody who's done exactly what you want to do.
What? It's a time machine to go backwards or what do you mean? And he's done what you want to do. Like he's got a podcast. He earns a lot of money. You already fucking do that. Like, what are you talking about? This doesn't make any sense. What does he tell you to do that's different to what you already do? I'd be really interested in the answers to that question. But I bet I'm not probably going to be satisfied with that answer. That's stupid. Throw your money away.
You can hire them. So I don't charge enough either. You said 85 an hour. My group coaching is nowhere near 85 an hour. That's it. Prices are going up. That's it. After this podcast, you better join now if anyone listening. That's it. The price has gone up.
We come out in September. So, yeah.
All right, so they have well, I don't know when my podcast and my rep's coming out, but prices are going up before that goes out because woo-wee. Yeah, this is everyone's last chance.
Have the prices gone up? I don't know. Who wants to tell me? Because I went to her. Oh, did I go to her website and this? I don't think I did. Oh, Veronica Bay. Gosh, Veronica Bay compared herself to fucking Rosa Parks today. Gosh, she's a dimwit. She's actually just a freaking idiot. Her website is atrocious, by the way. I fucking hate websites that have an immediate pop-up. I hate it. I can, but I can't believe that she fucking put a chat GPT training. That's not using your own knowledge there, Jail. Yeah, but look at this. Contact me anytime. Okay, so viewing coaching. I honestly don't think that the prices have gone up. In fact, he offered a free coaching recruitment Zoom last week, and there's a $15 something like that recruit like a week of stuff, like a week course, which is just a funnel for her. Oh, we have to actually put in details to whom and where. That's poor writing. Why was everything capitalized then? Why isn't there a price on this? Stormy Wellington sucks. Now I did a bit of a deep dive into this candy company thing. It looks like it's doing well. You know, that's maybe the only thing that so just as she went to she is part of the platinum group. It looked like she was doing good stuff already. Like I had a quick scan of her Facebook. You know, she's using a lot of good tactics. I think a lot of these people are in Prove It. I know I don't actually. Oh, look at that. Oh, someone from Stockton, California. Someone recently enrolled in that. From Eugene, Oregon. Indiana, PA. 3 hours ago. Let's see if it repeats itself. Someone. It's calling us, sorry, down the bottom here. Oh, is that it? I wonder why there's 9 places. I think it's interesting that there's no prices on this. Like, how would we know if you put the prices up? Anyway, I don't want to ruin my I probably already have.
To join my accelerator at this cost.
Oh, that's hilarious. I just to be completely transparent, I have a book coming out in March on Atria, and I have this show where I talk a lot about anti-MLM stuff, mostly just the why does this industry.
We need that sound of it. Dun, 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 dun. She just fucking worked out what she's on. Oh, this is beautiful. Poetry. Poetry, right, happening before you.
No one really makes any money, but people just keep signing up anyway. Like, it seemed like the dominant narrative should be like the true narrative. Would you just give me your take on the industry? Because you said you're a real proponent of it.
Sure. I love your honesty in saying that off the bat. So I think it's like
That's condescending. She's like, how dare this person who I've never heard of, I am the #1 network marketer in the world, and you're telling me that my industry is like that? Oh no, how dare you? I'm so glad that you had the courage. Oh no, what did she say? She said something else. Like, I admire asking or being no. Let me stop. Shut up and fucking rewind it.
And true narrative. Would you just give me your take on the industry? Because you said you're a real proponent of it.
Sure. I love your honesty in saying that off the bat.
I love your honesty in saying that off the bat. I also thought it was quite interesting at this point in time because she seemed like I think she wanted. Don't get it twisted. Everything in this frame is meant to be there. Okay, it's like this is what I say to a student: like everything on stage that you see is supposed to be there. There are no accidents or lights on there. Everything that's in a frame of a movie is supposed to be there. Okay, so if there is something that's crooked or whatever, it's supposed to be there. Are there like bloopers? Yes, but I'm just saying generally. She'd been writing stuff down, but she just covered it up. So it's interesting. I don't know what it says because I can't get the fucking this player to get rid of that fucking like bar down the bottom. Anyway, we'll keep going.
So I think it's like anything. I think some people are going to suck at everything
Get ready for this stream of consciousness, okay? Because that's the only word for it.
they try to do except for what they're made to do, and then some people are going to be great at it. I also think not everybody has work ethic, but they want to compare things like they do. I don't think everybody has talent. I don't think everybody has skill sets. I don't think everybody's willing to learn, and that's not just network marketing. So it's like I look at waiting tables. Why was I the waitress that could always make way more money than everybody else? Well, I was personable. I was
Hang on. I'll let her finish this little thing because I've got something to say.
likable. I got to know people. I was smiling. I was charismatic. I got to know the menu better. I would upsell. I would cross-sell. I would take extra shifts. I would do what people weren't willing to do.
What does cross-sell mean in the waitressing industry? I don't understand. And she honestly thinks that she's a delightful person. She's not. She seems mean, petty. She seems like she would play friends off against each other. This is just stuff I've formulated an opinion on based on watching her interact on social media and hearing people talk about her from their own experiences with being friends with her or being in her downline. She's abrupt. If she isn't in, like bossly mode, loud, shouldn't talk to anyone. She has she's pretty antisocial. And the sort of the smiling and laughing I see her do these days is fake, as a network marketer anyway. There's no emotion behind the eyes. And I think that she takes all of the relationships that she has in her life to say, well, look at me. I have all these friends. They are my downline. No. Mm-mm. It's a transactional relationship, and without the MLM, they wouldn't be in your life. Courtney formulated your best friend, bestest buddy. Got to know who you were on social media, developed a parasocial relationship with you, and basically got her way into the circle. Because she was trying to be a contrarian, and she's like, oh, well, I want to know that person because everybody else says she's dangerous. You know what? Nobody knew who the fuck she was 5 years ago. Outside of network marketing, no one knows who the fuck she is. Okay? So it's just bizarre that she thinks that she is just charismatic, fucking, like just the epitome of the perfect human. Now she'll say things like, it's manufactured relatability. It's the Rachel Hollis special. I'm just like you. I clean toilets when my cleaning lady doesn't clean it. No, you're privileged white woman. You cannot understand what it is to be anything but a privileged white woman.
Look at how I'm going to be in network marketing. I joined. I said, 1% of people can make $1 million a year. I'm going to be the person who makes $1 million a year.
That's not the statistic. The statistic is, you won't make $1 million a year. 1% of people make any money, not $1 million. So yeah, there's that.
Put in more hours. I went to more events. I took more trainings. I spent a lot more time. I made a lot more sacrifices. I got in all the right rooms. I did all the right things. I treated it like a business.
Oh, that's interesting wording. You treated it like a business. So you're telling us it wasn't actually a business? Because you just treated it like a business. What was I thinking about? Okay, so DC and Erin were reacting to the Ed Milet podcast this morning. And like she claims like she's been the most successful network marketer, while people from Amway have been raking it in for years upon years upon years upon years. She's only been doing network marketing for like the last, 10 years? Has she made a lot of money? Yep. So why do you have to lie about it? It's so silly. It's who's got the biggest dick, and yours is inflated, and you got some Viagra, and, you're strapping it on. For real. It's like, my dick's bigger than yours because I've strapped it on. And that, the people come before you, they've made the money. Like, if you think about the, what's it called, that, the aeroplane game that they were talking about in episode 1 of the Dream podcast, there was so much money to make when people didn't really understand what network marketing was. So much, There is money now, but she, she definitely has some, but just the uncapped potential in ignorance and in that way that people wanted to support MLMs because they were buying from people that they knew. It's over. It's not like that anymore. It's a lot harder to sell.
Look at a lot of people who join network marketing, and the big problem with network marketing is it's an even playing field, right? Nobody asks you, hey, are you a criminal? Hi, did you go to Yale?
That's not her saying either. Did you go to Yale or did you go to jail? No one really does ask that question because it's stupid. Also, level playing field. It's interesting that she used the word level in there because it is literally not level. There are multiple levels. That's why it's called multi-level marketing. I'm Tish, and this has been really obvious things. But this is her talking. I think she's been talking for 2 minutes straight now after realizing that Jane is anti-mlm. She has not stopped to breathe because she's like, I gotta get ahead of this. I gotta get ahead of this. She's gonna expose me. No. You do a fantastic job of doing that yourself, JL.
You come from jail. Hi, what is your experience in something like this? Hey, have you done anything like this before? Hi, are you coachable, leadable, teachable? Do you have any sales experience? Have you ever recruited anybody before? Are you somebody who will show up to events? Are you somebody who blames and shames and justifies everybody with everything? Are you somebody who takes accountability for things that you do? Nobody asks any questions. They just say, oh, hey, you have $700, you're qualified.
I think she's saying that like it's a positive, but I have to tell you, it's not. Yeah, like that's kind of that's what we have a problem with. I think you'll find that's what we have a problem with. That someone in Latvia can call themselves a health coach because it's their rank when they've never ever done any study in that way. God damn it! I got to apply to go to uni. ASAP. I think I'm gonna do a psychology something. Okay. I did psych when I was in my first year at uni, and I hated it. I hated it. I thought I was gonna love it. But I think it's time to revisit because I would have been fresh. Like, I can't believe that I used to teach English with the knowledge that I had in my head. It's embarrassing. And my university assignments are embarrassing. God damn. How did I even pass uni? Anyway, so I think perhaps if now that I'm a mature, I can probably, maybe it'll be better. We'll see. I started a law degree a couple of years ago. It was hard. It was really hard. I live in Queensland and I had to do, because it was through a New South Wales university, I had to do New South Wales law, so it was a bit weird. Remember when I started this and I'm like, I just got to get this done. And now I'm telling you about fucking studying law. Okay, let's go.
Problem. And then also in network marketing, a lot of big problem is people say, oh, it's really easy. You just join and you make money. Well, I just told you in 35 seconds before this, I've put in a ton of work. I learned how to do a lot of things. I built a lot of skill sets. So
No, you recruited a team. You get rewarded for recruiting your team. That's it. That's it. That's why you have money. And I don't think very many people say it's easy anymore. I think, I think probably maybe over COVID, I think people would have said it was easy because, I've heard, I think it was one of the main 8 people was like, the fish were literally jumping in the boat, and so that was easy. I don't think that many people say it's easy. The ideas are simple. Recruit people who recruit people who recruit people and sell your product if you can. Like, that's easy. That's simple, sorry. But making it happen, not easy.
it's like anything. If you compare network marketing to real estate, the failure rate's almost identical. But I don't really hear anybody saying that real estate is a scam. I hear a lot of people saying real estate's unbelievable. Okay, so is real estate a scam or is it unbelievable? I can ask you.
Probably about 3 or 4 minutes into this diatribe. JL, network marketing is not like real estate whatsoever. Because you just get paid when a house gets sold, right? So it's sales, true. But you don't have to recruit a team to get more money. You just sell the house, get a commission, move on, go to the new house. You're not just, you haven't got houses sitting behind you on a cupboard, your inventory of houses. So it's a false equivalency. Man, I thought I was going to sound so smart. And I didn't sound smart. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, it's a pretty good pause. Yeah. What does that say? Oh, they're boxing gloves right there. My foot's itchy. I have to take my shoes off. Tell you what's hot property at the moment. Shoelaces to the pups. They're like, oh, they love it. Yeah, so please don't compare them. They're not the same.
If 90% of people
that, like with,
go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, I think about the same thing with coaching. People talk about,
What the fuck was that? So a stream of consciousness, in case people don't know what it is, it's when you just, usually it used to be a writing activity that they would do, when I read about when the beat poets, Jack Kerouac, On the Road, those sorts of things, they would like experiment, especially the surrealists, that sort of movement where they were experimenting with the process of like production and, how they produced art. And so a stream of consciousness is basically just writing, right, without thinking. Done it a couple times. It's interesting enough, but that's what except she was just fucking, just on full defense of her being the number one network marketer in the world and finally working out that the person she's talking to is anti that. So the little dance in the seat there, it's like, well, I got to the end of my stream of consciousness. Here's a jig. Okay.
oh, the difference between a coach and a therapist, for example, is like, well, this person has a degree and a certification and a license and a board that makes sure they're doing things by the book, and this other thing is there's no rules basically, and no barrier to entry, and anyone can call themselves a life coach.
Well, it's the same in network marketing, right? It's the same.
Yeah.
Anybody can say, I'm the top network marketer. Anybody can say, I'm the best at what I do. Anybody can say, I make six figures.
Yeah, but could people just be lying? Like, I don't understand what's that got to do with this. She's just saying that it's an unregulated industry. So it's got nothing to do with, come on, focus. It's got nothing to do with comparing it to network marketing.
You can say a lot of things, right? It's like, who's fact checking? Anyone can say I'm certified in whatever it is.
Yeah, they can.
There is definitely a point to that.
True. But when you're selling your coaching, that's different. I can say that I can run a 4-minute mile, right? Guess what happens if I try to prove that? I do not run a 4-minute mile, and I am proven as a liar. And then if I advertised that I could run a 4-minute mile, and I can teach you how to do that, then I would be deceptive, wouldn't I? But that's only if I was going to teach you that way. I might be able to teach you how to do it without doing it myself, because guess what? I have learned pedagogy delivery. So I can teach most things, all right? Because I've got techniques of teaching. So I don't have to have, been a Olympian shot putter to teach shot put, okay? Have I done it before? No. Guess what I would do? I would go to YouTube, or I would type in a search in Google, how to throw a shot put teacher resources. Boom. That's what I do. Okay. So, yeah, like, great point there, Jessie Lee, but it's got fuck all to do with network marketing,
But 90% of people who have real estate licenses, to go back to your point of license, 90% of people with a real estate license have never sold a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But she's not talking about that. She's talking about people who are coaches and who are therapists. Why don't you fucking talk about that? Because that's the actual thing that you she is trying to discuss with you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say 90% of people who join network marketing, even if they sell one thing.
I think the problem, I'll send you a copy of my book.
Yeah. Sure.
Don't, Jane, don't bother.
Yeah. I think I'll send you a copy, but we can.
Uh-oh. Say you're in it.
And we can maybe reconnoiter later for next season. So ask about your style of coaching. I watched a lot of your videos, and I feel like your style is like, I don't want to say aggro, but very like, you're very boisterous. You're kind of tough. Is that a choice, or is that just like how you naturally are?
Let's have a look at that face journey again, okay? We're going to turn the sound down, right? Turn the sound down. Turn the sound down. Are you ready? Okay. Have a look at this face journey. Whoa. Just that, like, she was in that moment, like, how am I going to fucking deal with this? Because I am not. How dare she fucking say that I was aggro? How fucking dare she say that? That's her inner monologue. Just an opinion. She's about to ask the stupidest question in the fucking world right now. Because she's gonna say, have you been coached by me? No, but do you know what is out there? Hours and hours and hours and hours of video footage of you, of your training, of Empire U, of fucking even Twitter, right? You have been coaching online for many years. Okay. And she didn't even say, she says, I don't want to say it's aggro because she's like, it's not like, in other words, right? She was saying it's not aggro, but she was trying to find a better word for it, right? Are you going to tell me that your training is not at least like a little bit aggressive or a little bit forthright? She's tough. Like, I don't understand this reaction because she likes to be feared. She likes to be the tough person. She even said, like when she was at her lawyer's and she was like crying in his arms. Can you get some real friends? Because your fucking lawyer's not your friend, okay? He's your lawyer. Anyway, And she said, like, I keep it together as Boss Lee, but I was really, upset in his arms. Okay. So why did you just get so offended that somebody said that your style wasn't exactly the style you have ever wanted to be perceived as? You know?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Do you pay for my coaching? Like in the accelerator?
Do I pay for your coaching?
Yeah, like
Can you imagine? Jane Marie must have been so confused here. It's like, what? I mean, because it's obvious, right? We just met. We don't know each other. Of course you don't pay for, it's just, and it's condescending what she's doing. Okay? This is meant to be condescending.
No.
my coaching's not boisterous.
No, no. Oh,
Yeah.
doesn't?
No.
The word boisterous as well. I don't know why she's been offended by that because so when we have language we talk about the modality. Okay, so modality is the shade. That's what I call for the kids, for students. I call it the shade of the words. So if we've got a neutral sort of term like big, right? A, a, a one that's a bit more aggressive might be humongous. Okay, another one might be I don't know, fluffy, big. What else is big? That's like a different sort of gargantuan. Like each of the words, whatever you have, big, is pretty neutral. The shade of the words is the modality, right? Boisterous at its heart means loud. Is she loud? Yeah. What the fuck? Of course she is. Have we not seen poor DC wince in pain as her voice spikes the shit out of all her sound? Like, we know she's loud. That's actually probably not something we'd have to source. It is proven with everything she says and does, all right? So, boisterous is loud, okay, but it has a positive connotation. Somebody who's boisterous, it's kind of charming, it's like, we went to this, like at the party, he was boisterous and having a great time, okay? Somebody who's screeching, I've had your training where you screech at everyone. That means loud too, but the connotation is different. I don't understand why she got so butthurt on this one. She likes butt stuff, so.
Not at all.
That's so funny. Do you tell people that when they sign up? Like, you're not going to get the same thing that you see on
No,
online?
because that wouldn't be accurate either.
What? Oh my god. It hurts my head how contradictory she can be. You don't tell people that you're not boisterous, that whatever you're getting as a coach is different. Because it wouldn't be true. In other words, you are boisterous? Like, what the fuck? That doesn't make sense.
I think that it's important to realize that what you see on social media tends to be a snippet of somebody's personality or like a little glimpse into their life. But inside of
Yeah, okay, that's fine. You have hours and hours and hours and hours of your personality, who you are on the internet. When you pitched your accelerator, you did it as Boss Lee. You've always said it was the character, it was the aggressive, it was the tough love person, it was all of that sort of shit. So this little act of, I'm not like that. Save it.
it is very tactical. It is super, super kind, loving, open.
What the fuck does tactical mean in that sense? It's tactical. That sounds a little bit sinister. It's super kind and loving.
Open, empathetic, listening. It is responsive into what people need, especially in like platinum coaching. It's super conversational.
Like, I kind of.
If it is super conversational, I'd wonder why I was paying the money. Because I can have a conversation with you without paying you $15,000, or a scam. I bet there are people who pay it just to have a conversation with her, though, because they have been poorly, They've been indoctrinated by her years of being who she is, you know. It's terrible.
Or is Jessie Lee cutting out? You're cutting out a little bit, Jane.
Oh, she jumped out. I think her internet just crashed.
She might have just. She'll jump back in a second.
Okay.
I think what's happening is Riverside tries to send the audio, but it might be on like a delay with that. But she'll jump back in a second.
Okay, cool. Should I keep answering that, or should I wait for her to come back? Probably wait.
Let's wait for her to come back just in case she has any like follow up.
Okay.
Whatever.
Cool. Yeah. I wasn't done answering anyway, so.
Yeah, she wasn't done answering because she has to make sure that she controls the narrative, that she's not aggressive, loud, boisterous, aggro. Yeah. So she's going to try and talk some more. She's going to try and talk some more to get herself out of this. When she talks off the cuff like this, she doesn't do herself any favors, you know.
I was like, wait, I'm not an aggressive coach. I should be aggressive. Oh, do it or die. No, I'm
Right.
kidding.
Okay, so you do know that?
Let's see if.
So you do know that you do that? You do know that that's how you're coming across? Even though you're joking about it? Because I think that the producer is probably being like, oh, I have to be nice to her because this is going to be a good interview. And it will be. It'll be interesting to see what Jane Marie does with the editing of it because I imagine that she's going to make sure, because I've listened to the Dream podcast now, that we get all of the information about this. So it'll have JL's like point of view. What the fuck is going on? It's sending me multiple. I need to turn it on silent because I have too many. Ooh, what are you doing, Tish? I love you, Val and Gus, because I said I'm so frustrated because I'm like, I'm trying to film this video and I feel bad and yeah, and they just said, I'm sorry, that sucks. You know, yeah.
I should get a request from her in a second.
I think she's coming in.
I think she's coming in. Yeah, I saw something.
Yeah, so did I.
Let's see. Jane is in the lobby. Here we go. Hi, Jane. Hi.
Hey. Sorry, we lost you.
Hi. I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, you were just saying that your coaching is different than what you might see online.
Yeah, because I think you just get snippets of people online, right? It's
Yeah.
Yeah, but you do 3-hour lives, so that's not really a snippet now, is it? You know?
In my coaching program. My coaching is super sincere. It's open. It's honest. It's conversational. Is it directive in regards to do this, get that? Yeah, sure. But I don't think people hire coaches so they can say, I don't know, like theoretically speaking, maybe you could try this in your business and then maybe that would work. No, I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? Today's training is on sales. Here's the training.
Yeah, I don't think that she's what she really was trying to say, you know? Like I don't think she's saying that. And there's a way of being a coach that has like anyone who sees me right now, this is how I teach, okay? I don't have a different way of talking. I'm like, okay, guys, like it might be a little bit louder, but I teach like this. This is who I am. I don't change who I am. I change my language for whoever I'm talking to, but that's it. This is me. This is my style. And it is kind of informal, yeah? I like to have a chat, and when the kids work out how much I like telling stories, they will do no work forever. I like talking. Anyway, do we know that? Yeah. An hour into retaping this? Yeah. Yeah. We know. It's only been 10 minutes on this on the video that I'm watching, but it's been an hour of recording.
But anybody who's part of my program would never describe my coaching. I think, in my opinion, I guess they could probably fill out a survey or something to let you know. But
yeah, who wants to bet that everybody from the accelerator got an email with a survey straight after this saying, how would you describe my coaching style? Pick one of these options. A, empathetic. B, conversational. C, leading with kindness. D, all of the above. With no option for anything else because data is meaningless. I don't think she would do it. Like, she might do it like that. Who knows? But, yeah. I don't know who she's trying to convince, but I am not convinced. I don't think you are either, because you're smart, naturally.
Like boisterous or aggressive or even tough. I don't think that's any of the management that they would use. Even in my one-on-one coaching, I'm like tough unless somebody says, I need you to whoop on me. I'm like, okay, like what does that mean? Like,
you know exactly what that fucking means. Fuck off. This is just, it's so disingenuous. And also, I thought, wouldn't a super kind, empathetic person be able to coach without whooping on somebody? You know, like if you want a coach who whoops on you, like you would probably choose a different coach if Jessie Lee was actually the coach that she thinks she is, right? Because she's not. She's fucking aggressive and she does whoop on people. All right, what's Julie Joe's reaction to this? She shows examples. There are many examples of her being very inconsiderate to others during like training. Okay, many, 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 many. So when someone signs up with a coach, right, they sign up for who you have presented your coaching to be. All right, and that is loud, aggressive, tough love. It isn't airy fairy. Like she starts saying, "Oh, we're not saying kumbaya." Okay, so are you empathetic or are you not empathetic? Because you're not being clear. And again, I think it's all because she's on the back foot. She's trying to control the narrative and she can't.
what are you looking for here? And they're like, I need you to smack me around because I'm not doing what I need to do, and I don't know why I keep self-sabotaging.
But what does that mean? I need you to smack me around. What does that mean? Because can you be specific? No, you can't, because nothing you do is specific. It's all fucking airy fairy. Even if you are not saying let's hold hands and sing kumbaya, your training isn't specific. You tell stories about yourself. I saw the recruiting training, and I've seen other trainings that she's done as well.
I'm like, here comes passionate Jessie Lee, let's go. And that's about it. But
passionate? That's about it? No. I don't think passionate Jessie Lee would be the one to whoop. Like, what are you talking about? I know for a fact she used to say things like, do I have your permission to give you some tough love? Which is where she's going to actually whoop on you, you know? So I am not buying it.
No, I think I'm super open. I think that my coaching is probably really different than what you may be assuming it is, but I think I'm really different than people assume I am from the internet anyhow. So when you get to know me,
I think so. I mean, probably like if I go through the videos and look, it's like you talk a mile in a minute and you're very excited and it feels like really intense. Even like short videos.
Can we just go back? I know Jane cut out then. Look at this person who is angry because you didn't change your mind based on what she said. She told you. She told you that she wasn't tough. She told you that she's empathetic. And you, Jane Marie, you're going to use her videos as a marker of who she is? How fucking dare you? How dare you? Oh my God. She's watched you. And the thing she's saying now, your passion, like, what'd she say? Hang on.
Excited and it feels like really intense.
Excited and intense. Words that, yep, that fits Jessie Lee. What's wrong with that?
Even like short videos. That's, I think, why I was making that response. Caretaking vibe that some coaches have, like,
so I'm not like I'm looking at some. Sorry, I think your internet's going crazy on us, Jane. But yeah, I mean, I don't claim to be like a feminine energy coach.
I'm here still.
Okay. I don't claim to be, someone who's gonna just talk about how beautiful you are and wonderful you are. And
but can you lead with kindness? This fucking contradiction again. Anyway, also, we know that you're not a feminine energy coach. Jane knows. She just described to you what her reflection was of your coaching style. What you said didn't clarify your style of coaching. That's why she's continuing to speak and ask you questions. And she's doing a really good job of doing that. And I'm going to give you an example later that I remember where Jane actually models how to answer the question, but Jessie Lee doesn't get it.
Want to cuddle you. I'm the coach that you would hire if you're looking for actual results. So that I will say is true. But maybe that's why I attract males and females. I don't just attract women. Like I see a lot of these spirituality coaches right now, which is nothing wrong with them, of course, because that's their niche, right? And they say, join me, and I'm going to teach you how to become more spiritual and more in alignment with your life. And that's just not what you're. If you hire me as your coach in the accelerator, you're going to learn business skills. I'm going to show you how to make money. I'm going to show you how to.
Right.
I'm going to show you how to.
Hang on. No, that's not right. The silver, Jessie Lee, the silver mindset. You've said it 1,000 fucking times, so I know it's mindset.
How to, take your business to the next level. We're not going to sit around and kumbaya. If that's what you're looking for, I don't know. I don't even know who to refer you to because I don't. That's not me.
What? What the? Oh, that's right. I remember saying it now. She's not very smart. She's really not very smart. She's smart enough to know to copy people, okay? That's good. That's her coaching and her training. And being in an MLM, we've got the duplication, okay, so she knows how to copy good. But she's not very smart otherwise, I'm sorry. Okay? But she's not. When? So, this interview, okay, Jessie Lee, in case you're watching, hi. Please stay out of Australia, thank you. He interviewed you because she wants to know about your coaching style. Do you think that she probably could find a spirituality coach if she fucking wanted to? How ridiculous. Like, what a dumb thing to say. I'm sorry, but it's just silly.
But yeah, I'm actually probably.
How do you measure success for yourself and for your I mean, this is like kind of a philosophical question, but like, what is success to you? Is it money? Is it fame? Is it amassing followers? Like, what makes a successful business person?
Well, what makes a successful business person and what success is to me are two different things. So what success is to me is joy. Has nothing to do with money.
Okay.
So I feel joyful when I'm able to live the life I want. I feel joyful when I'm able to spend more time with my dogs. I feel joyful when I'm able to travel the world and not worry about what it costs to do. So I feel joyful when I'm able to give a ton of money to a lot of people. I feel.
What does that mean? What do you mean? Just random people to charities? Or, I don't know. I just thought it's always rich people who say, oh, it's not about money. Okay. I don't see her enjoying her life at all. Like she hasn't just, since she got cancer, she stepped it up. She never used to do 3-hour lives, like it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Joyful when I'm able to spend a lot of time with my godchildren. I feel joyful when I'm able to spend time with my family. I feel joyful when I'm able to relax and read a book.
Really? Your family? Which ones? Your dad who you blocked because he really wanted you to do chemo? That one? That family?
Book and hang out at home. So, and all these other things. That's success to me. So creating a life that allows me to do that is what success is. Success to other people, sure, they're going to say it's money.
Guess what? I'm sorry, Jessie Lee. All of those things that you just said are possible because of money.
But I think that those are people who tend to not really actually have success. And the reason I say that is because I chased money. Sure. I thought that money was going to fix everything. I thought money was the great, the great whatever. But it's not.
What was money? Well, money was a great what? Divider? Is that what that's what I feel like she was going to say. Was the great difference. To be in an MLM is to really love capitalism, okay? So, to say that it's not about the money, it's just an absolute lie. If it was not about the money, you could have done many other things. There's any of the things. She's obviously got the drive to be successful. She could have been successful in something that didn't exploit other people, but she makes this choice to do this. Oh, I think I need puppy time. All right. Hi, chicken nugget. Look how big the babies are. Nice chicken nugget. I tell you what, whoever gets Lizzo, that girl, she is going to be high maintenance. That girl, she is high maintenance. Guess what she likes to do in the mornings? Bite my face. And she gets so upset when she doesn't get her way She barks and she's Little Miss. Not like Chicken Nugget. Chicken Nugget, she's beautiful. She's a little sweetie. And Gary, he's good too. He's a bit of a loose cannon as well. Watch my Instagram today because Lizzo was she was pretty off tap.
It's important, but it's important because it allows you to give it away, in my opinion. So, but for me, success is not about how much money I make or how many followers I have. I do want to leave an impact, obviously, but I think I do so based off of chasing that joy.
Can you picture a much smaller life for yourself?
No, of course not. No. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by much?
Ooh. Did we just see a little bit of a tell? Can you picture a smaller life? And she immediately said no. Like, without even thinking. That was her natural instinct. And then she had to go, ooh, I reacted too hard then. All right, I'm going to put Miss Chicken Nugget down because everybody's feeding. She's getting jealous. No, she's not. She's just like, say goodbye. Say goodbye, Miss Chicken Nugget. It's cutie pie. Here, Minnie. Minnie. We got Big Chicken Nugget now. This is a Big Chicken Nugget. Miss Minnie. All right. Yeah, how interesting that she was just so like, no. What do you mean? What do you mean? That was the one time she kind of looked a bit rattled.
Or
like just living alone in a cabin in the woods with your dog.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
But I have 2 dogs and a wonderful
Or both of your dogs.
And we couldn't live in a little cabin because there's already 3 kids and,
Those 3 kids don't live with you. I doubt you've even met them because you would have found a way to exploit them by now. Or you would have found a way because she would have used that to antagonize Avi Rab's wife, who we call Yehudas. God, did I just butcher that pronunciation? I apologize, Rivka. Please forgive me. Yeah, Yehudas is what we call Avi Ram's wife, and the reason why I said that she would exploit that to antagonize his wife is that she already did it a heap of times, but most recently in the second, she called it a documentary. It's a fucking vlog. Her and Shane Dawson making documentaries in 2023. Fucking vlogs, not blogs. Sorry, God. She was trying to insinuate that her doctors were colluding to make money off her. And she had to see her lawyer, and her lawyer sent her a message about, like she said, am I being ambushed? And I mean, need a little bit of a tinfoil hat moment there, but she included a screenshot which had a message from Jessie Lee to Mark, her lawyer, that said, do you know a divorce lawyer in California, LA area? Because that's where Al Ram's wife lives. And so that was a little stab at her because the vlog is about her cancer journey, and her point of putting that screenshot there was to prove that she had been in contact with her lawyer and she was worried about this meeting. She blurred information in the next screenshot, so she knows how to do it. She knows how to crop. Like I said, everything she does is on purpose, and she did that on purpose to have a go at Yehudas. That's why I think if she had any interaction with his kids, anything that beyond, our FaceTime or whatever, or FaceTiming him while he was with them, she would have found a way to mention it to antagonize Yehudas. But the only thing she said was, oh, I always wanted 2 sons, and now Avi Ram has 2 sons. Well, they're not your fucking kids. And then right now, like, well, we couldn't do that little cabin in the woods because we have, there are 3 children. Not your children. And I hope Yehudas is able to keep them away from her because she actually likes to smack children who don't belong to her. Even though Courtney and her husband Joshua would like to do gentle parenting, Jessie Lee has spanked her children, which is fucking disgusting. Oh.
We could put them outside, and let them run, but that would be frowned upon. So
I think I'm projecting because I have this fantasy for myself. I've been in media for like 25 years, and it gets, there's got to be like some peace at the end because it's just such a hustle and a struggle all the time. But it's worth it.
Well, so that goes back to joy, though. So then you almost identify with success the same way I do. So like my house is a sanctuary. So
you're like me. You award-winning, Emmy-winning, esteemed journalist in the field for 20 years. We're the same. No. No. I think I need to go and get my glasses resized because they are. I'm doing the thing and I look like I'm in SpongeBob SquarePants. The big fish lady. Anyway, yeah. You guys aren't the same.
I chose not to have I had the 6-bedroom house. I had all these fancy things. I had 5 cars at a time plus the car dealership, which I still have the car dealership, but that's neither here nor there. Now I just live in the penthouse, which, okay, fine.
I have the car dealership. I still have the car dealership. Flex. Where do I live? Oh, I live in a penthouse. Oh, really? Yeah. I think I'm gonna dye my hair again. Okay, because I'm doing the split dye. Have we still got some blue up there? I'm gonna do the bottom pink. Although I may need to actually change my shirt because even though I got fucking paint on it, I get paint on everything because I'm an art teacher, but it's not too obvious. But I love this shirt, my Keith Haring shirt. Okay.
Penthouse, but it's just me, my dogs, my man, and a bunch of plants. Like I don't hear anything. It's a luxury penthouse, so there's what is it, soundproofing in every room. Not just me, but like I don't hear nothing from nobody. It's amazing here. So I have my little sanctuary here. I have a private garage, so I get to exit from a private garage. I don't have to see anybody if I don't want to see anybody, and so I've created my own little bubble. But so I guess this is like my cabin in the woods. That's 15 minutes from the airport. But no, I like stuff like that. I like nature. I like chilling out. I like doing all that stuff. So
No, you don't. You absolutely do not like chilling out. You like working. That's it. You like working. You have not slowed down. And what side am I supposed to trying to do this? Yeah. And you not looking at your phone for the first 2 hours of the day is not really slowing down. All right?
Yes, I like things like that. Slowing down, if that's what you're asking. I'm in that stage of life right now. Yes.
Yeah. Well, you probably have to be right now. Taking care of yourself, not pushing too hard. A couple questions. We got like 5-6 minutes left. One, I did hear all about the Colombia trip. Any more notes on that? I saw some of your response videos, but I'm not like in Facebook or anything.
Oh no! Did you just work out that she did her research? Did you just work that out? Did you just work out that she knew who you are? She knows. Because she's a journalist. She did her research. Who am I patting right now? Mabel, of course. Yeah. Get ready. I know most of you know what's coming up. She's about to hear the words R&Bs. I'm going to do what I did last time, okay? And I'm going to slow it down. Oh my God, it was poetic. I think I might just go and cook my dinner and then change my shirt so that I can dye my hair. But let's have a look, shall we?
Really know much about that other than there was like a lot of chatter on TikTok about it being kind of brutal.
Sure. Well, what have you heard?
What have you heard? Because I'm going to keep talking on TikTok.
I want to know about the trip because it sounds like people on TikTok think they were on the trip.
Yeah, that it was a lot like that. There was just a brutal hike, and it was a lot more intense, and people weren't prepared for it. Basically.
Well, I've noticed.
I talked to Aaron. Yeah, I talked to Aaron Bees a bit about it, but there's been
was she on the trip? I think I was on the trip, but I don't remember her being on the trip.
I've never seen Jessie Lee drink more water in one sort of like 30-second piece of whatever.
She wasn't. No.
Interesting. So TikTok journalism.
Yeah. So let's just start here. Julie Joe's not a journalist. She's fucking awesome. Like, don't get me wrong, all right? But she's not a journalist. She's very clever. She's done a lot of study, all right? If she, you know what? If Julie Joe was to go back to university, I think that she could get a journalism degree easily. Easily, okay? Hands down, whatever she chose, she could probably do it, all right? However, she's not a journalist. She's just a content creator. She makes commentary videos about people who are problematic, and that's you. So she's not a journalist, all right? And I can't remember if I said this before, but I'm going to say it again. Okay, so when we are talking about things that in history, all right, we have what we call sources. We know that we have sources. Cite your sources. Famous, right? Famous to anti-mlm content. Cite your sources. We have categories of sources. Okay, we have a primary source and we have a secondary source, right? A primary source is one that actually is from the moment, okay? So a primary source could be an eyewitness account from somebody who was at the event. So somebody who stormed the beach at Normandy, somebody who was there, who survived and retold their story. Primary source, okay? It could be a photograph of that happening, or it could be file footage, like a video. And, you know, like World War II, obviously there wouldn't have been that much, but there was a little bit. And another primary source could be, the person telling a story like I am right now, if I was telling you about how did I, get so many dogs. That's a primary source. The person was there, that it's been verified. We know that that person experienced it, or it is the actual event. Everything else is a secondary source, okay? So examples of secondary sources are like a memoir about Barack Obama, but it's not an autobiography. That's a secondary source. Would they use primary sources to write that book? Absolutely. They'd use his speeches and video footage, etc., etc. All right. So anything else is a secondary source. Now, Jessie Lee Ward, she just told us she was on the trip. The source for the Columbia trip events was her and the other participants who were there. Now, Courtney did a live from the day after. Kelsey Ray did a live from the day after, and her sister, is it Lindy? Is her sister Lindy? Am I getting that right? Lindy did a live. Yep, they all did lives. Like I think Kelsey Ray's one, because I did a video on Kelsey Ray's thing, like on her retelling of the story. I think that she did that video after they got massages. So they did the whole ordeal of being, on this hike for, 24 hours or so. And when they got back to the hotel, they got love bombed with massages. So then, oh, Mummy loves us now. Anyway, I think Kelsey Ray did her live immediately after that. And then she said they were going to go and do a debrief after that. Because the indoctrination never stops, right? Anyway, they're the primary source. She's the primary source. So there is no better source for the story. But hearing and looking at her voice when Erin's like, are you ready for this? We're going to watch it in slow motion. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm going to change here.
Oh, it was a lot more intense than people were prepared for it, basically. Oh, I noticed I talked to Erin. Yeah, I talked to Erin these. And there's been was she on the trip? I think I was on a trip, but I don't remember her being on the trip. She wasn't, no.
Ooh, look at that. She thinks like, yeah, I got that fucking bitch. Ah, poetry right there. I'm gonna pause and make my dinner. Hopefully, puppies were just like swimming around on my cord for the microphone, so I apologize. It's going up with shitty audio, okay? But I'm gonna stop and set it back up and make sure that it's good for the rest of the video. Okay. This video is so long, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, that was really satisfying. I get that. Yeah, again. Yod sauce. Thank you. Lizzo is high maintenance. Okay. This girl knows what she wants. She's not afraid to tell you about it loudly. All right? Putting it down. She was just screaming at me. What was I doing? Holding her. That's it. What are you doing? I am pretty sure that you're going to be able to hear her crying. I was just picking her up. So I don't know what she wants. Hey, shush. Shush. I don't know what you want. Because, oh God. I look terrible. Oh my God, I just nearly dropped her. Look, honey, I'm sorry that you're upset. Here, I'm sorry you're upset. I don't know what you want because I was already holding you before. And now then you got upset. But now you're upset when you're sitting on the floor and I just don't know what you want, okay? I would like to eat my dinner. You need to have a sleep because you're cranky. You need to go for a sleep. Like have some milk with mama. See? Can we have some milk with mama? No, you can't have my dinner.
Trip, but I don't remember her being on the trip.
She wasn't. No.
Interesting. So TikTok journalism.
Yeah, she wasn't, which indicates to you that Jane's done her research. So why? You should always do your research. She's going to be hard work as a puppy.
And YouTube journalism are very interesting to me. It seems to me like there tends to be little to no research done whatsoever, and a lot of crazy, salacious stories.
What's salacious? But I'm ready. We need one of these. Ring. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Hi, it's the pot here. Yeah. Can you hear my dog barking in the background? It's the pot calling the kettle black. Seems like people don't do their research. Okay. Yeah, no, that's still my dog barking. Honey, you gotta stop. Oh my goodness. I can't film. Honey, you're gonna have to go in. Minnie and Mabel are just sitting here like, she's your problem. This is so good. It's like, it's just braised steak and mashed potato. So good. It's a food preference change. We've finally gone from the buns, the pork buns, and we are onto some braised steak. I still got lots of pork buns in the freezer, so I don't imagine I'll abandon them completely. But do you know what? Blue jelly. Whew, I've cut right down. The poor people at airplane jelly are like, we used to have such big market saturation in central Queensland, and now, sorry.
Views, right? And views make you money. I also find it interesting that these people have to use my name in order to get any views, but I guess that's
Okay. So yeah, how many views did Julie Joe's TikTok get? Over 1 million? Do you think that she would have got over 1 million views if it wasn't, if it was, fraudulent, bad journalism? Yeah, fair enough. Like Fox News and Daily Wire and that whole bunch of people, they do publish, poorly researched stuff. And BT Dubs, I am now officially a YouTube partner. Woo! I just need to do all the what's it called? The like ID and all that sort of stuff. Tax, etc. Okay. Can you believe this 14-year this dude let his son get signed up to his own fucking MLM? That's outrageous. I'm gonna react to it. Oh, some stuff must have played automatically. I don't know what that is. Where the hell is this? Okay, here we go. Hopefully it'll pick back up where I was. Yep, okay. So gonna go back a little bit here.
If that makes sense. Like, put Kelsey Ray under Jesse's foot. And it's just gross. Like, I mean, I'm not a fan of Kelsey Ray.
Me neither, JJ.
Her team is not meant to be some sort of a sick. So nice. I'd like to take you out to dinner. Okay, yeah. I'll fly there. Be there tomorrow. Okay, great.
Editing Tish here. Playing with my hair. That turned out pretty good, considering I'm spoiling it now. I took a tip from Jeremy. Remember Jeremy from Color Street? He's doing well, isn't he? I love his Instagram. Anyway, didn't really introduce this part really well. I made a big point about JL being the primary source, and I just wanted to go back to that source to see what she actually said, because it's been a while since we looked at it, and because of the reaction she had with Jane Marie, I just wanted to do a little bit of fact checking and comparison. So I went back to Julie Joe and Erin's original video of the Colombian trip. Yeah, it was worth it. All right. Go watch the whole thing if you haven't already. All right, bye. I have eye patches on, by the way, because I'm very tired and old.
So I brought 5 liters of water because if you don't know about me, I'm a freaking camel. So my book bag was moving because we have a lot of video to cover. Business, you get really uncomfortable, and most people quit. All right, and I want it. And in business and in leadership, people quit on you, and then people do this blaming thing all the time. Like losers blame people. And I wanted to find out where my losers are. I want to find out who my winners are. I want to see who people are with super strong mindsets. I wanted to find out. I wanted to get really clear on who I am rocking with in this business. Okay, so we planned to make them walk.
Wouldn't she already fucking know that? Like, honestly. This was one of those things, and I have said it before. I apologize if you haven't. If you have heard it before. I'm a bit more settled now, honey. Oh, honey. You go for a sleep? Honey? You go for a sleep? This was a cult leader testing the faith of their followers. You have to follow the law. Tell me your problems. Tell them to me, honey. How far can I push them before they push back? And guess what? They didn't. She can do whatever she likes with them. I'm gonna put you back down again. You gotta be good to sit up here. Alright? Yeah. You gotta be good. Baby girl. Yeah, that's what this was. By the way, we're watching this because here's our primary source. Alright?
5 kilometers in direct sunlight on the side of a Colombian road. And so the van stops after a 40-minute drive into the middle of nowhere. And the van, by the way, I forgot to mention this, the van had just enough seats for 16 people. So people were crammed in there like sardines. And I said, I suggest you don't talk. I suggest you use this time to sleep and stay cool. When they should have listened.
How much rest can you get in 40 minutes? A 40-minute drive? She's about to deny that it was a brutal hike, so listen to all these details, okay?
Were dumb. Not everyone was dumb, but not everybody was sleeping, and certainly people were talking, which makes them hotter, and they were not resting. Dumb. You need to listen to instructions. When the leader speaks, listen. Okay? So I was trying to give them hints all along the way. You conserve your water.
Why? Why were you trying to give them hints? It's part of their manipulation, you know? Because you were playing them off against each other, and it was a sick game that you and Mateo and Sasha had to put these people through hell. And she says, I wanted to break them. You know, not destroy them completely, but she says, a number of monstrous things like that, and denies that it was a brutal hike because it wasn't up a mountain.
Tell them, like, if you feel like you're prone to bugs, you know, be ready for this, okay? So some of you are like, I'm out. Like, never mind, don't want to join her team. Listen.
Yeah, always. The other thing too, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say, look at the glee. Look at this. This is somebody who got off on this power trip. Talking doesn't make you hot. I don't understand. What? It's like a wet out your pee? Sure.
Yeah, please don't. So we drop off and we get out and we're literally in the side of a road in sticker bushes. And immediately there's some people like, and I'm like, put your hiking boots on, man. I don't know what to tell you. Courtney was.
Why didn't you tell them to put their shoes on before they got out? And you just said they got out in sticker bushes with traffic everywhere. Kind of brutal, right?
All excited. She's like, should I put the pants on now? Should I put the pants on later? I'm like, I don't know. If you want to put pants on now, you.
She hates Courtney. The way she talks imitates Courtney. Her best friend indicates to me that she does not like Courtney at all. At this point in time, I think Courtney is the last man standing. She's the default bestie because everyone else is gone.
Pants on right now. I think it's a little hot right now. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. We're about to be at the hottest part of the day. Okay, what are the cans? This is keto up. This is instant ketosis. So fat loss, muscle preservation, sleep, skin, mood, focus, energy, and digestion. Okay, so Courtney was like, yeah, what about? Oh, I got some extra stickers. Like she's putting all this. She was bug spraying. She was prepared with that. I'll give her that. I was like, I wouldn't put pants on if I were you. Okay, but anyway, she was really excited though. And so we're on the side of the road, and I literally mean the side of a road. Okay, so cars are zoom, zoom, zoom right here. I'm like, get in line. So you got people who are scared of heat, they're scared of exercise, they're scared of they're going to dehydrate, they're scared of motorways, they're scared of all this. Okay, and so we're walking on the side.
Like I know. Sounds like you tried to manipulate their fears, right? Like you're listing the fears. And the things they had to face ended up happening. What are the odds that they took a survey? Or it's on her Google form that she collects on everybody who joins the empire. What are your fears? It's just a theory. Also, this sounds like a pretty hectic situation. I'm trying to think of a neutral word without any shade on it. It sounds busy. It sounds like a bit intense. It sounds a little bit stressful. Stressful has a connotation to it, but it does sound like it's intense. And that's not neither good or bad. It's just intense. There's a lot. It's a lot. There you go. We got there.
Just like get it going, you know? Like I knew how far we were going in the direct sunlight. Not that it mattered, but I was like,
oh, direct sunlight, did you just say? Hard agree, Charlie Hobo. She appears deranged in this video. Also, she just said, get in line, get in line. That's kind of what they say in prisons, don't they? Or on the chain gang, get in line, maggots. Or, when they're at basic training. Yeah? Interesting.
Here we go. Now look, I did actually over-prepare. All right, I thought I had to have enough water for 18 hours.
Well, of course you over-prepared because you knew exactly what was going to happen. That's not a flex. That's disgusting.
Yeah, agree.
Thank you, 40 Boo. I'm happily married, but that's kind.
That's so nice. I'd like to take you out to dinner.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I'll fly out.
Okay, great.
They're actually having dinner on the weekend. Oh my god. It's going to be very cute. Where's the... I'm like, I can't wait to see the Purples unite. Savannah and Erin just like, Purples unite! They're probably not going to do that, but you know. You're going to have to get some purple hair chalk. Julie Joe? Jules, who the fuck? I've literally... I'm sorry. Julie. Oh my god, that's just press play.
So I brought 5 liters of water because if you don't know about me, I'm a freaking camel. So my book bag was really heavy, which I was like, damn it. But I was like, let's go. Like, I'm not going to dehydrate because you don't want to see me dehydrated, all right? So I'm just going. Sasha and I are chatting. 15 minutes into this freaking hike.
You guys go follow the Clown Town. Go subscribe to their channel as well. They are incredible. We love Val and Gus so much. So please tell them thank you. And go watch their content.
Walk, excuse me, not hike, walk. 3 people are like, I gotta pee. One of which is Courtney. Now Courtney's like in such an excited mood that she like runs into the woods. And then she runs out, right? She runs out after 2 people who like moseyed into the woods. Okay. And I'm like, oh, they should not be moseying anywhere because we have a really, really long way to go. Okay, but
So no, I don't say that. Please be quick with your toilet break. And the way she just talked about Courtney again. And they were laughing.
they're in the woods. And I don't know, man, they were like in a long time. I'm like, this is bad. This is bad for momentum. I literally know that we have at least 15 hours left of this, but whatever. And like for me also, one of the little keys, because I do all these crazy hikes and, go to the Middle East and I'll hike through the desert and whatever. Like when you have to pee and you know it's going to be really hot, don't pee. Like let your body like sweat out the water, just FYI, okay? So I'm literally on the side of the road. All these cars are like going by.
Again, sounds pretty intense. Also, what the fuck? You do not sweat urine, can I just remind everybody? I didn't think I'd have to say that. But here we are.
Like whatever. And then it's hot. Like I'm not gonna lie, you're on asphalt. It's the dead heat of the equator. We're in Cartagena, okay? And we're just going.
Sounds pretty brutal.
And then first person goes like, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It was 25 minutes into this walk, and somebody literally is done. And I look at Sasha.
Literally? They were literally dying. Okay, interesting.
I'm like, are you kidding me? I told them for the last 90 days to go to the gym. Like, literally.
No, Jessie, you told them it was going to be a 2-hour hike. 2 hours. You told them to go to the gym for the last 90 days. Are you their weight trainer person? Are you their dietitian? Are you their trainer? No, you're not. You're not. You did not prepare them for this. You did not tell them anything. You wanted them to read your mind. You did not prepare them. That is on you. She is lucky that no one got seriously physically injured. The ableism is strong in this lady. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She is extremely ableist and homophobic. That one was just for me,
Yeah.
Love it. Also, even if they did train in the gym, how would they have prepared for this? What possible workout routine would this fit with? You know what I mean? Like, how does that work? Because I don't think that there's any way to physically prepare for what this is.
Literally, and so I'm mad. I'm checking my emotional intelligence because I'm like, are you kidding me? We've done nothing. We've literally walked on a straight road. This person starts blaming. She's like, well, we're on a hill. I'm like, I see hills nowhere. We're in Colombia. You know what I mean? Like, what is going on? And I start getting mad. I'm like, what? And then this person starts to mention, well, I have diabetes. I got to check my blood sugar. And Sasha and I look at each other like, nobody mentioned diabetes. Like, we might actually kill people on this trip. Like, we literally thought that I was like, oh my God.
Nobody said anything about diabetes. We could actually kill people on this trip. Oh my God.
He's like, do you have your blood sugar monitor? I don't know why I'm still walking because we were definitely not walking, which was pissing me off. Anyway, so she takes out the...
And she was pissed off about being stopped for this person who was having issues with their diabetes.
blood sugar thing. Her blood sugar's at 243. And I'm like, are you serious right now? How is...
No. Are you serious? Do not blame her for this. The only person that can be blamed for this is you, Jessie. You are putting these people in serious danger. You selfish jerk. You are literally putting them in physical danger. And you are blaming her.
This person needed insulin.
Yep. Yes, she did. And guess what? Jessie didn't care enough to even think about it. Jessie, you brought 15 of your closest people, and you didn't even think about this person possibly needing insulin? Do you even care? Of course she does not. She's pissed about it. She just said she's pissed. This is mind-blowing. I've not seen this from Jessie yet. I've not seen this. This is a step up.
I'm sorry, but if you are a part of Jessie Lee's inner circle and you are okay with this, you want to be ashamed of yourself. Because I know that gut is screaming and you're doing nothing. So you are just as much a part of the problem as she is.
Yep. Absolutely. And if you're still co-signing what she's doing today, with her poor implements. So I'm going to stop it there because I think we get enough of an idea. Let's see how he talks about it with Jay Marie now. I'm going to get up because I need to get gloves, but it's going to be quick this time, so I have to run back really quickly.
I guess that's kind of normal, right? So first thing I would do if I were to call Colombia an aggressive hike is I'd probably check the topography of Cartagena. Cartagena has no hills, has no mountains. How could it be a brutal hike if there's no hills?
I don't know. I'm not sure where.
The brutal part wasn't that it was on a hill. It was the other things that made it a brutal hike. Okay, thanks.
Was, but I know that's the town you were staying in, but I don't know exactly where it was.
The entire topography of the entire region of Cartagena has no hills, no mountains. So immediately under it.
She didn't talk about hills. She asked about what was brutal.
Second thing is nobody had asked anything about maybe waivers or asked about health anything or asked about going on the trip or what kind of trip it was because everybody who talked about it.
I'd like to refer you to the video we just watched where she said she didn't know that somebody had diabetes. Rest my case, Your Majesty. No, Your Honor.
Wasn't on the trip. So I don't really feel any need to defend myself about something that was an unbelievable.
Oh, really? I must be imagining things that you're defending yourself right now.
Leadership experience of people who, all 16 people, had an amazing time, made content about how incredible it was, made content about...
Yeah, they sure did make content. Immediately after this trip, this hike that you have said was amazing and not brutal. Even though you said it was done at the height of the midday on the equator, you lied to everybody, so they may not have had enough water or food. Sure, they had ketones. Yeah. And the fact that you were berating them for having natural human urges, like needing to go to the toilet. Yeah, so that's the brutal part. No one said anything about a hill. Yeah, that's it.
Years. The one person that's a diabetic has had stable sugars ever since then, has completely transformed her entire life, and credits a lot of it to that trip. So if I'm supposed to apologize for it, geez.
No, I don't think I was asking for that. I was just asking what your perspective, or just what your
perspective is. That it sounds like people with very bad journalism have gotten in your ear, and it's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, like I've talked to a lot of people, so
none of you were on the trip, right? Like you haven't had any conversation with anybody who went.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody who was there, and I'd love to. If you
can you hook them up? Can you make that happen, JL? Because I bet you can't. You wouldn't, or you would not let them have a conversation without you being involved. Except you wouldn't actually. You probably wouldn't do it. You would do it sneakily like this, where you'd be in the background of the Zoom telling them, like, if they wanted to talk to Jane and you were like, hang on, I just need to... You'd be like saying, no, don't say that. She'd be off camera trying to control the narrative, which is what she's trying to do now. She's trying to control the narrative. Yeah. Love to hear anyone talk about it with Jane Marie. At least I'd be more respectful because Jessie Lee's about to get nasty in the way that she treats Jane Marie.
If you have some names, I'd love to speak to some folks over there.
She's reading comments right here. She's being a cunt in this moment. She's reading comments from Facebook who are probably validating what she's saying. And it's a cunt act. In Australia, that's what we would call a cunt act, okay? I'm sorry to get it to go blue, use the big swear, but that's what we would say.
So, okay, then back to your accelerator. What's been, can you tell me some success stories? And I was also thinking like your most surprising client, like has someone come to you from a completely different world, and you've been able to...
What's this face about? And now, right, she's giving her a chance now to talk about her coaching. Watch how vague it stays.
create change for them?
Sure. So I've had a pretty amazing. Well, it's been amazing. I have, let's see, we've got over 1,600 people in the accelerator, so the testimonials are wild. Yeah, everybody can go to bossly.com and they can.
The testimonial page, however, woeful. Screenshots, poorly fucking cropped, terrible. She's got like hundreds of thousands of followers, so the engagement to only get 1,600 to the accelerator course, pretty poor.
Read some of them before they make a decision.
Did you say 1,600?
1,600.
Wow. Okay.
And so it's amazing. It's been incredible watching people transform not only as people, it depends what level they're in. So the silver accelerator is all mindset coaching. And
Oh, I thought you said before that you did like practical skills.
that level is fun. It's two times a month. I jump on there. I do mindset coaching with them. They also get a social media course and or a mindset course, I suppose. Now we shifted some of the training last week, but anyway, so that is awesome. I love.
So to me, that means that she hasn't really. She just was charging that because I think she wanted to find a way to charge people money to do that with prove it people who are not in her team. So, and like, what do you mean you changed the topic? Why? In other words, I probably didn't have a clear point of view except for making money in the first place, you know?
Love it. Some of the shifts in here are just people saying, I've known what I need to do in business. I know the skills. I know what I have to do. I just don't know what's wrong with me and why I can't get off my hump and get it done. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm like, hey, no problem. Like, some of us just need to go back into the personal development world a little bit. Sometimes we just need to shift our mindset a little bit. And for me, I love doing that call. I would recommend everyone on planet Earth join the Silver Accelerator. It's super inexpensive anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a bit of a wild leap here and say that I do not need the accelerator. Probably, most people don't need the accelerator because, they're not network marketers, and I don't think a lot of those skills really transfer, you know? Yeah, I think it's interesting that you think that that's what people should do because, it doesn't make any sense. All right? Yeah. Um, and it's super inexpensive as well. I'm gonna do a little bit here. I'm going rogue. I'm sorry. Okay.
I would recommend anybody do it because even for me, going through what I'm doing with the whole cancer journey that I'm destroying, it's amazing. I'm so proud of myself, quite frankly. But
Oh, didn't Jane Marie ask you about your cancer journey? You gotta find a way to fit it in so that you can use that little thing as a way of I don't know. The thing is, right? I'm sorry for all my movement. If you're watching me and it's driving you a little bit batty, I apologize. Um, looking back at that Columbia video, I hadn't. I obviously rewatched it when I taped the video before, right? Um, and I saw it. I'm pretty sure I watched it live as well. I did. So it was a comment on me. I'm an idiot. Okay, please stop telling me. Just got my dots. I don't want anybody to. Okay. I need a clip. I need somebody to hold that. Oh, yeah. So I watched it live and re-watching it, I was like, can you believe this shit? How the fuck is happening? How can this be real? How can what she's doing be like, how can she be actually doing this, you know? Um, and Nelly, I'm like, wow. We, considering, like where we are with the cancer journey, et cetera, we're a long way from there. Do you know what I mean? Like, that sure did get Colombia off the radar. And that's why I think Jessie Lee was furious because that's old news. She's got cancer now. The Colombia stuff, it's not important anymore because I have cancer now, you know? And I think that this is when she starts getting cruel and really nasty because I think she's angry about being challenged about that because I don't think she realizes that Jane Marie knows what happened because she does her research. Yeah. Yeah. So interesting.
almost like me for being me. No, it reminds me every day, you get to shift your perspective. You get to be the person who motivates and inspires others to do more in their life. And then when you have that, then you can go boom and you can go into the skill set. So the transformations from that are a lot of people sometimes have been very large leaders, $1 million earners who are coming on this call and going, I just needed you to kind of, remind me how to set up my life and my mentality for success. And then the Gold Accelerator, some of these are really cool.
What do you mean? What 7, 8 figure person is paying the $40 for the Silver Accelerator? Yeah. Notice very few of these are specific.
The testimonials that come in, they don't shock me. None of it shocks me because I don't teach in theory.
Yeah.
So a lot of coaches, I think this is one of the things that is just, it's silly to me. A lot of coaches will teach and train on things they've never had success in. Well, in my accelerator program, I only teach and train on things that I've done. So I get on there and then people go, oh my gosh, my social media following increased by 2,000% in a week. I'm like, yeah, duh. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I just made an extra $4,000 in my first month of the accelerator. I'm like, was I supposed to be shocked?
She's so humble. Humble queen. We've got our humble queen. All hail the humblest queen of humble queens. The lack of details is interesting.
On how to
Can you give me? Yeah.
Like I did a training. I said there was a training one week. I said I will guarantee you will get a brand deal if you have under 1,000 followers if you follow what I tell you to do in this training. And I did. And the people came back and they're like, I got a brand deal from this and this and this and this and this. I'm like, boom.
Who? Which accounts? Which people? Who sponsored them? How many? How much money did they get? Because you see, even I get those messages from people like, "We love your Instagram," because I have, Dachshund puppy hashtags. We would love for you to rep our brand because of this, and we'll send you, they're the ones you have to pay for. However, I'm an affiliate for Feminist Trash. They sell feminist t-shirts. Code Echo Echo. I don't know how much percentage you get off. I'm a bad affiliate. And now that I'm monetized, I do have an affiliate link. Probably not, but I do. Code Echo Echo. It's an affiliate. I don't have to pay, but I will get a little kickback if you go and buy anything. Yeah, I want more specifics, thanks. You like data? I don't like data.
I told you. And then the platinums are nuts. The platinums are cool. These are the leaders. These are people in all kinds of different professions.
One of the platinum people. No, they're people with 15 grand. That's it. One of the people who in the accelerator platinum is, well, she had a candy company. She's about to talk about it. She's not a top leader in an MLM. And one of the other people I know who's done the accelerator platinum is Veronica Bay. She's not a top leader anymore either. So that's two specific examples.
A lot of brick and mortar owners on my platinum program, although obviously top network marketers, a lot of top real estate agents and investors are as well. But some of my favorite testimonials, like I've got a girl, she owns a candy company. I've helped her scale her candy company, and she's trying to credit me for 4 months adding $500,000 in revenue to her business. I said, well, I taught you and I trained you how to do it, sure, but you did it. It wasn't me.
She's trying to credit me. And I just told a story where I took credit. But I'm saying words that indicate that I'm very humble queen, okay? And I'm not taking credit for it. But she followed my leadership. She did it. This is absolutely taking credit for it. And in 4 months, like I said, I looked at this candy company. The candies look real good. They look really good. I was like, damn, maybe she's onto something. I want some of these candies. But it's not because of anything. Like, it's the way that she actually films her content, which really does make the candy look good. Jessie Lee wouldn't help me with that because she's freaking terrible at the tech stuff.
Or my platinums also get meetups with me, and at the meetups, not only do they get to meet each other, these are all 6 and 7 figure earners, sometimes 8. There's a couple 8 figure earners in there too. And
What does an 8-figure earner need from you? Nothing.
And then I bring my friends, like my big old business badass friends, and we hang out and I show people, listen, y'all need to shift your network. You don't have enough powerful people in your network. That's the reason why your net worth is low.
Yeah, we love a Pinterest quote. Your net worth is low because of your network. All the best business people have like cringe fucking sayings that you could get off Pinterest in a cursive font. She just told you what the accelerator was about. It's not about her training. It's about getting in the room. In other words, she has nothing to offer except that she knows some other people. I don't know about you, but I don't think there's a hell of a lot you could learn off anyone beyond that. And once you meet them and build them into your network, you don't need her anymore. Why would you pay her any more money when she has given you an introduction to Eric Worre, you know? But the whole bullshit, my big boss fucking blah, blah, blah. She's only talking about men. She doesn't like women. The way she was, like I've only watched a little bit of the Ed Milet podcast, and she puts on a different character for men. She totally does. And she dressed up. She was very done to nines. Here, nope. Good eyebrows, but you know.
And so people were like, I didn't know if I should spend that kind of money to join. I'm glad I joined. And now look at my business, look at my life. So
yeah, because of your friends, not because of your coaching. Remember?
I mean, testimonials you could be on here for 6 weeks straight.
No, they're not. There's not that many Jessie Lee.
Before, so I know we're out of time.
I love that. That was. I'll look at the website for sure. But she's, you know. Yeah, I had a look at the website. I got to say, I did take pictures of it and send it to DC because of the poor formatting. She's got a fucking screenshot. She's got screenshots. Her testimonials are screenshots. She didn't even take the time to rewrite them and put them in like one font together. One not Outlook, like one font, layout, you know, like there's no consistency with it. Different sizes. There was one there that had the top, it had the battery and the reception. It's lazy. I think she's been at the top for too long. It's been pretty effortless because of the team. She can do whatever. She can do it whatever way, whatever way it is, whatever way it's presented. She will succeed because of the team, not because of her own way that she leads. Okay? Because that's what network marketing is. She did not like being cut off then.
But just I have one last question. We'll have a ton more questions, but while we have this half hour. So could you? I've been interviewing so many people for this season, and the common refrain is like, once you learn this stuff, could you give me a taste of like practically speaking, like what are you teaching people? Like you're not like I understand probably there's some mindset stuff, but is there? When I was thinking about getting a coach, I wanted someone to like call me every single morning and tell me what to do with my day. Like at 9 o'clock you're gonna do this, at 10 o'clock you're gonna do this, at 11 o'clock. Like how specific is it and how much hand holding is there? And can you give us like a little peek into what like the skills that you're teaching?
Okay. Look at her little furrowed brow. She does not understand this question. So she's about to answer it in a really strange way. Now, what we see there is the reason why Jane is the experienced journalist that she is. That was what we call a leading question, all right? A leading question is going to be something where you know around about what answer you'd like to get, but you have to word it in a way that actually that gets that answer from them without you directly saying it, okay? So I do this in school all the time because, um, repetition is what gets things into the long-term memory. And it's like, okay, what's the thing that we start an improvisation with? Okay, what starts every improvisation? Office. Okay, I know that's leading them somewhere, but it could be something as looking at a painting because I'm an art teacher, and like looking at what it means. And I can say, what does this mean? And then it's a very broad question, right? I want something more specific if I'm talking about gathering meaning from something. So I might say, what emotion is communicated? What emotion is there represented by the colours used in the painting? All right. What do I want them to talk about? Emotions, colour. All right. So I'm not going to say, what does this mean? I know what answers I want to get, so I'm going to ask them a question that hints to that. Now, Jane Marie was asking her about her coaching program. Well, what do they do in the coaching program? What is it? She just said, everybody loves it. It's great. I've got good testimonials. Yes, but what do you do? And that's why she has framed this question like she has. All right. What she's done also on this one is she's modeled the answer. So she's got a leading question. She wants something specific. And she's also modeling the answer. Okay. When she thinks of coaching, it's this. All right. And she's trying to just sort of, prompt Jessie Lee to structure it like that. All right. And to say, okay, in my coaching, step 1 is this, step 2 is this. I doubt that Jane Marie has a coach who rings her every morning to do this, but Jessie Lee is like, oh, you need a fucking maid or something. Anyway, that's what that is. And it might sound like, because Jessie Lee tries to villainize her answer, this question and say she's, kind of pathetic because she needs a coach to live her life. Oh no, we're going to have to ring the pot and the kettle again because she said everybody needs coaching. Yeah, so Jessie Lee, unfortunately, not very smart, so she still wouldn't understand that.
Sure. So so it depends. So you're not going to get mindset coaching unless you're in silver. Silver is specifically for mindset, which I.
Okay. Yep. You already said mindset. What does that involve? Yeah. I took good.
Already described, but in the gold, this is skill based. So my gold training, which is my middle level training, this is exact tactics. This is not take control of the law.
Okay, so she didn't ask you about what it's not. She's asked an explicit question of what it is, and you are not describing it. That's annoying, and you're doing that on purpose because you can't tell her the truth, which is you talk about yourself. We know.
This is your A through Z. This is what you need to do this. So like this entire month's training is sales. So it's go out here, say this, do this, boom, 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 boom. Here's your game plan.
Sales, right? Yep. So what are you going to, like, boom, 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 do this, 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 and then you're doing it. She's about to say, last month we did AI because you're lazy. You don't do your own work.
Last month was AI. So every single week in the month of June of 2023, it was every single week. Plug right now. Like I would share my screen. I'd say, here, go to this AI program. We're going to type it in together. We're going to do it together. And I'd show them how to populate all kinds of different stuff and different.
What though? This is so vague. It's so vague. And also, how is that coaching? Here's my screen. Go to the chat GPT. Type in the same fucking thing I'm typing. Are you kidding me? How is this a high level fucking activity? God damn it.
There's so many. So, and then my platinum coaching, these are high level people. I don't believe high level people need somebody to call them. Like the thought of me hiring a coach to call me every day and tell me how to do my day, like, girl, no.
Again, that's a non-example. And she was just saying that as an example, again, of how to answer the question. What do they do?
Like, I'm highly motivated.
You don't need it, maybe. But what the fuck do the platinums get? That's what we're talking about. How did you just turn that into a question, like a thing about you? I know how, but like.
Highly inspired. I'm highly excited about my life. I've never needed somebody to say, hi, okay, now let's have a miracle morning and let's.
She's so condescending. I fucking hate this so much. And the way it's with sting on it because she's like, you're pathetic. She doesn't need it because she gets up and goes. Have a miracle morning. Who the fuck even says that? What are you talking about?
And let's drink some water and let's brush our teeth and let's.
Also, do you know what? That helps some people if they have somebody to help them do that. And also you can get apps that tell you that because a lot of people, especially maybe neurodivergent or ADHD, a list is a good thing. And there's a bunch of apps that really cater to like ADHD, those sorts of things to try and help you improve. And that's a good thing. Like, why are you saying it like it's a bad thing?
Now go to the kitchen and make our juice. No.
Must be
like
nice,
you're
Jessie
looking
Lee.
for a
Must be
babysitter.
nice. I am. I'm looking for like a babysitter.
It's my favorite thing. Must be nice, Jessie Lee. Must be nice. Because Jane Marie, she knows that Jessie Lee didn't understand the question nor answer it. And look at that face. She's like, what now? What happened? What? Why is she saying what?
I do want someone to take charge of all that stuff, to be
Well, at
honest
least
with
you're on
you.
it.
Gosh, she's awful. I'll say, yeah, like, I think Jane Marie's just going with it right now because it's like, yelling at the wind to go away.
At least you're
Yeah.
honest. No, that's
And I feel successful. I do feel successful and happy in my career at the same
She
time.
is.
But I would prefer to be taken, for that stuff to not be on my plate.
Well, then you
I'm
need,
also
you need an
single mom.
assistant. You don't need a coach. You need an assistant.
That's true. That's true. Okay. All right. I'll put a call out.
I mean, you're
assistant.
never going to have a coach who's going to, like, that's,
Yeah.
or maybe a therapist. I don't know.
I have one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like the practice.
Oh no. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Ring ring. Ring ring. Oh yeah, I got a new portable phone. Yeah, it's me. It's the pod. Yeah. Is that time again? I'm gonna call you Black Kettle. Okay. Yep. No, it's a really good model. Okay. All right. Love you. Bye. Um. God, I'm so annoyed at myself. I'm like, this one will be quick. And now I'm making 10 calls from a pot calling kettle black.
Skills though that you're talking about teaching. All right. Is there anything else that I
See that? She's laughing at her chat because she's not a very good person. I don't think she realizes how bad this makes her look.
or that you want to talk about before we end the call here?
I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
This has been really fun. It's fun to speak to you in person. It feels like kind of bizarre because I only know you from the internet.
Yeah, well,
So-
a lot of people only know me through the internet. That's okay, though. That's where you can start the relationship and then take it where you want to take it.
Great. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day, and thanks to your assistant as well for helping us coordinate this. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Chris is the best.
Okay.
You should get a Carissa, but not my Carissa.
I need a Carissa. Exactly.
Although she does not tell me when to wake up or to brush my teeth or any of those things.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jane Marie was just saying it as an example, not because that's what she has happening. You're just trying to shit on her even more.
Is she in the background there?
Of course, she's Carissa. She's ready to tell me that it's time to brush my
Hi,
teeth
Carissa.
or eat or something. Yeah.
Also, that's a PA, and she's her third emergency contact. I mean, imagine what it would be like to have. In a second, I think it's Courtney. Be nice to have somebody who wasn't being, paid by you.
Okay, well, thank you. Have a great week.
Thanks, you too.
All right, we got to get this done, everybody. Okay, there's 8 minutes left.
Forums also get meetups with me, and at the meetups, not only do they get to meet each other, these are all 6 and 7 figure earners, sometimes 8. There's a couple 8-figure earners in there too. And then
An 8-figure, somebody who's earning $10 million. That's her, I think, in a year. I don't know. Really? If they're network marketers, what are they going to do? Recruit each other? That's not happening.
And I bring my friends, like my big old business badass friends, and we hang out and I show people, listen, y'all need to shift your network.
She just told you what your accelerator money pays for. You're paying to get in the room. That's it. She can't provide you with any other knowledge other than the network. Do you know what that? I've heard her say that before. I get in rooms that other people don't get into, blah, blah, blah. Look, it's a self-help circle jerk, and I would say that MLMs have a big part in the self-help genre because of the mindset training. So that's where they head to. So that's why we have Tony Robbins speaking at Monate and all of these people who just recommend each other with no real skills. They're just rich. And some of them got rich by scamming people, like point blank period. Especially so these guys like Wes Watson and Eric Stofford, they have been in jail. You can see. Oh, I think maybe only Wes Watson's been in jail, but there's some crypto. It just doesn't look like there's a big solid investment that paid off, or it all looks suspicious, allegedly. Okay, so I don't know how anyone who is let me put it this way: anyone who's at the top of a network marketing company is a scammer. So, anyone that you're going to meet, if they're also a scammer, I'm sure it doesn't worry them.
You don't have enough powerful people in your network. That's the reason why your net worth is low. And so there's some people who are like, I didn't know if I should spend that kind of money to join. I'm glad I joined. And now look at my business, look at my life. So, I mean, testimonials, we could be on here for 7 weeks straight.
Yeah, I'll look at the website for sure.
Ship and then take it where you want to take it.
Great.
Yeah. I just really can't wait to not ever make any videos about you. That's what I can't wait for. So it'd be nice if you stopped doing things that were crappy. That'd be good. But I don't think you're going to do that. So
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day, and thanks to your assistant as well for helping us coordinate this. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Chris is the best.
Okay.
You should get a Carissa, but not my Carissa.
I need a Carissa.
She's
Exactly.
mine. Although she does not tell me when to wake up or to brush my teeth or any of those things.
Is she in the background there?
Of course.
of course, she's the one who set this up and didn't do the research for me. It's her responsibility. It's Jessie Lee's responsibility to do the research to work out that this was an anti-mlm podcast.
Carissa. She's ready to tell me that it's time to brush my teeth.
Hi, Carissa.
Or
See?
eat or something. Yeah, no.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thanks, you too.
I'm sure Carissa does help her with that. That's what a fucking assistant does. Oh, is the flight in 20 minutes and I haven't left yet? Yeah, like, if you were... it's no use. I'm yelling at the wind,
Hi. So I'd like to first of all say I'm really glad we asked about defamation in their little contract.
What? I mean, she didn't even wait. She was just straight into it. The thing is, you sign a contract like a release. It's not really like what's defamation? The fuck? Why would you even talk about defamation? Do you think that I don't think even Jane would have a case for defamation, but I think that it's not fair use what she did. If it was content, because she didn't make a commentary about it. It was intellectual theft, in my opinion.
Carissa had a bad feeling about these people.
Did she? But I thought she wasn't allowed to have an opinion because she doesn't tell you to brush your teeth.
I was like, oh, they're anti-mlmers.
Do I ever sit here when you're on a podcast?
Never.
Never. I don't.
Yeah. And that just proves, you just admitted right there, you didn't know that she was anti-MLM. Kind of makes you look stupid. Well, your mouth is moving, so...
Yeah, I'm very glad we're saving this live. So,
Me too, because you look like an idiot.
like me to speak on? I'll stay on and answer your
Nothing. Are you kidding me?
questions.
What the fuck are these people? What do you want me to speak on? Why? What possible thing could you learn from her in that moment? Are you fucking... what a delusional fool.
Subscribe to this podcast, Leah says. Is that for real?
They don't need you. It's okay. It's all right. You don't have to. They don't need you. They're pretty popular without your minuscule engagement. Okay.
Was she for real? Oh gosh. But listen, they try to rattle you. This is kind of like their thing. And it's impossible when you stand in your truth, right?
The lack of self-awareness is stunning.
Yeah, she's looking for a babysitter or something. I'm not totally sure what she's looking for, but I'm very glad this was fully recorded.
No, that's your mistake. She was modeling what a coach might do, yeah? And you still didn't tell anyone what the fuck you did in platinum. What do you do in your coaching? because you didn't answer that question. You said mindset in silver. You said practical skills in gold, but then didn't really give any. Yeah, we're doing sales. Could you be more general? Probably not. Oh, there's the smugness of somebody who's not very smart when they're in a moment where they think they are smart. Oh, it's terrible.
Facebook and on my TikTok, and I'll upload it on Instagram too. I stay calm because what am I supposed to not be calm about? Like,
But you didn't. You didn't stay calm. Did you lose your shit completely? No, but you almost did. Does she think that we don't have heads? She's in an echo chamber, honestly.
I'm very proud of what I've accomplished, and nothing I do is scammy. And to call me an aggressive coach when she's never paid me a dime.
She doesn't have to. Why should she? You fucking kidding me? That's the threshold for saying you're an aggressive coach? Years, I will repeat, years of training. Podcasts, free content, all over the internet. Tell us that. Oh, and how about the fucking balls on her to say, she hasn't paid me any money, I don't respect what she says. Oh,
And to get her media resources from somebody who hates me and makes their living off of hate videos with me is a little, I think she called it aggro. I think
no, you like you said that. Also, Erin doesn't just make videos about you. We just saw that, and she only makes the videos that she does about you, because it's part of advocacy work. It's like any of us. Especially her. She knows how you work. She knows how you manipulate. She knows your tactics, and she's a whistleblower. She is exposing you. It's not hate, it's accountability. And you need to be held accountable for what you do. Absolutely. I don't even think Erin hates you. Like, I don't think Erin hates Jessie Lee. Like, I haven't flat out asked her, but I don't think she does. I really don't like her, just based on what I've seen on the internet. She's so ignorant and prejudiced. Like, I could never like anyone like her. The racism, the sexism, uh, the homophobia, the anti-Semitism. That's just a fucking, you know, that's a baseline for me. If you are any of those things, you can fuck right off. Um, so it's interesting. It's like also, Aaron and JJ got to where they are today off their own backs and hard work. Uh, anyone who has a successful YouTube channel knows it's about consistency. And as much as everybody really does like the way that they cover Jessie Lee, they've covered so many other companies and are doing effective work a lot of the time. Okay. She told you also that she saw many different angles, and she even asked you if she could talk to someone else who went on the trip, and you laughed at her like it was a joke. She was trying to do the right thing, and you want to treat her like an idiot when it's you who's the idiot.
a little aggro. So I'll save it only because I know if I don't save it, they're going to make YouTube videos about it anyway. That will be psychotic and then whatever. So I'm so glad. Oh, sorry, Wookie Lee. Wait, why did you hear that? Fake death. I knew it. Anyway, so I love y'all.
Dogs can sense they've got a pretty good sense of movement. The movement would have maybe made him Dash is like that, my dad's dog. Yeah, so you can really high pitched whistling he sort of hears. So yeah. I'm offering commentary on that. Keep going, Tish.
Y'all. And I'll answer this. What motivates me to keep going? Y'all, I love my life. I'm a joy chaser, like I already mentioned in this podcast, right? So my life is very good, and I'm motivated to keep going because I'm not done yet. What I want to be when I was little, I said in the interview actually, doctor and then a geologist. Amazing, thank you. She gives you more aggressive, Jessie Lee. I sometimes get a little aggressive in the silver call, to be honest.
I thought you weren't aggressive at all. Oh, maybe you're just a liar and a contrarian. She absolutely is.
Why did I take that interview? Well, they didn't pitch it as that.
Oh, hang on.
They pitched it as they do podcasts, and I look at both their, and there's like 3 different social medias, and they're all just about podcasts. They don't say like specify. I kind of liked it.
No, you did not. You're not trying to be tough. Oh, actually, she may have liked it. Because she thinks she bested it. I'm just seeing what comes up if you Google The Dream Podcast. Okay, so this is what comes up. The Dream on Apple Podcast. Now, it doesn't actually say that it's anti-mlm because it's talking about season 2. But here, the Dream Podcast exposes the con behind multi-level. All right, but if we go to the first one, Apple Podcast. All right, well, maybe if they weren't looking, like if they just went to season 2. I think it says there's anti-mlm in here anyway. Yeah. It's possible that they didn't look beyond that, but they should have, because it was anti-mlm.
Liked it. They were trying to get me angry, and they couldn't. They were trying to piss me off. And I like how. Did you notice how?
She didn't. She wasn't trying to piss you off. She was very respectful and patient, and you were not.
Her internet cut out. Like God was like, "No, bitch." Did you notice that? Did y'all notice that? Anyway.
Yeah, God is not her Wi-Fi provider, so...
Anyhow, so I'll go ahead and upload this for you guys. And it is strange that she calls herself media and she then had no idea about the program. But I got to talk a lot about the accelerator, which enrollment is open. So you can go to the link.
She's in the media, but she didn't know anything about the program. Huh? She was doing it about coaches. What the fuck do you mean? And she asked you questions about it, and you didn't answer them.
Click the link in the bio, and you can join it right now. Silver is for mindset, gold is for skill-based, and platinum is for scaling and leadership. All right. So I think she was prepared, but she really thought that I was going to stumble. I don't stumble. All right. So I didn't know where you were in Colombia. I mean, I knew you were in Cartagena. I'm like, so you did know. All right. Anyway, that was fun.
What? That didn't make any sense. You said, do you know the topography of Colombia? And she said no. Well, I know you're around Cartagena. No, she didn't mention Cartagena. You did. She didn't backtrack. She didn't stumble on her words at all. That was you. You're the one talking in a stream of consciousness once you realised you was anti-MLM. Jesus, you talked for like 5 minutes straight after that.
That got me all razzle-dazzled for the day. I feel like I'm excited now. Okay, so we're going to have an excited day, and I'll be back later with the podcast that they're not going to try to attack me on. Okay? All right, and I hope she does not send me her book, because you shouldn't burn books. Have a good one.
Oh, she's nasty. She's a nasty piece of work, honestly. She's so nasty. I'm sorry. If that's not okay to say, then I'm not okay. Because she's awful. The thing is, she doesn't have to read a book about anti-MLM. She already knows it. She's at the top of the compensation plan. She knows what she's doing. She doesn't need to read a book about it. Just her thinking that she got her, like, she was, she was on the ropes. No. Oh, she was trying to get you, attack you. She was so nice. I do not have that much patience, and a lot of people think I have a lot of patience being a teacher, and I do. I do. There was a bit of a fight in one of my classes today, and I've got new classes, just in FYI, because we have like semester 1 and semester 2. So because I teach what are called electives, the kids choose it. And so in year 7 and 8 they change every term, and then in year 9 and 10 they change every semester. So that's half a year around about. We don't have 11s and 12s in drama yet, but hopefully next year we'll have a nice little year 11 class, and I'll be on that, I hope. And so I've got new classes, and these two boys were sitting together, and they were mucking around, and they just got a bit too serious, and then they started sort of like, come on, Ned, come on. And what do? Well, I do what I always do. Head straight to the middle of it, all right? Because I think I can solve these problems. Why was I telling this story? Patience, that's right. Yeah, so, but it was real funny because it was kind of like they were tense. I think they really were disagreeing in the moment, but they didn't try to swing at all. And then I just walked over and stood between them and said to one of the boys, go for a walk. And he did. And then the other boy didn't go straight away, but then he was going to chase him. And I'm like, come on, don't do this. And it was all solved. It was all resolved, and they didn't end up throwing any punches. And I sort of wrote a message saying, like they are pretty rough boys, and they would normally have got in trouble if they were still in their year 7 and 8, or I think they would have biffed. But yeah, I thought it was a real positive. Even though there was nearly a fight, I'm like, but they really did show um, just a little bit of forethought. So patience is a virtue as a teacher, absolutely. But the patience that Jessie Lee was afforded by Jane Marie, oh, she didn't deserve it. Absolutely not. But kudos to her. All right. I apologize about how long this video is going to be, because I think it's going to be a really long. I have to edit it. Pray for me. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video and made it to this far, comment emoji. This is just go with it. The emoji that I would like you to give me. Oh, snoozy emoji. Okay, the snoozing, the sleeping emoji. That's gonna be it. Okay. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for 100K, 100K, 1K. Not there yet, Tish. 1K. I very much appreciate it. I'm very excited to keep creating, and I think the big plus of becoming monetized is getting the word out there more, which is the goal. The goal is to advocate for those who may not have a voice, or they may be being coerced and they don't know it. Anyway, I shall see you very soon, and that's it. Yeah. Bye.